Hi there. Welcome to the Color Cinema. I am Aaron. I've got a very special guest with me tonight. This is a halfway sale night. We're super stoked. I've got Logan Toxic here, one of the originators, the man with the Criterion song, the man who rocks it.
Yeah, yeah. Thanks for having me, Aaron. He is Mr. Vinegar Syndrome, the one-stop shop place for all your cult needs and wants. And I'm happy to BS a little bit with Mr. Professor right
I'm
now.
the OG. I started this whole vinegar
You did.
the
I can't think
day.
of anybody. Like, how old is Vinegar Syndrome? Like, when did they?
7 years,
2000.
I think, and I've been doing it for six or so, 6.5.
Yeah, they're like 2013, 14. That's crazy. But yeah,
Yeah.
you're the OG of it.
Sarah Tear too. He did a lot of reviews,
Mm,
further stuff back in the day. Credit where credit's
yeah.
due, my man.
I have a big question I was waiting to ask you once it started. How much is the half subscriber bundle thing? I
That is
can't
the
find the
question
prices.
everybody's asking. So we don't know yet. But I did my detective research that I always do because I'm obsessive compulsive about these things. I got my OCD under the go. All right. So basically, last year, the full year subscription was $820 for the horror plus exploitation. I'm not quite sure how much it was for the completionist package. I think it was $120 more for the completionist package. So if we're going at a 6 months ratio for another 6 months, I'd say 400 to 410. Uh, Now, if you pre-ordered during the flash sale, like I think Ice has just mentioned right there, you got a $20 like coupon come in the mail on your email for subscribing, like to go for your subscription. Now, I got the everything bundle because I wanted like televised terror. That's my jam. Six String Samurai, hell yeah. um, Renee Cardona, okay, go and check
You
that one out.
got you got the everything, but
Surf tip.
you got
Yeah.
a wow. Is that the
So only thing I gotta buy aside from the stuff right now is I guess the VSAs and it
hmm
has the VSUs included.
I was half year subscriber last year because I'm a mere mortal and I can't afford their yearly bundle right at like I
Yeah.
wish they did monthly. Why can't they do monthly plans, like payment plans? It would be so much more affordable.
Hmm.
But yeah, I can't wait for the half year stuff because man, what April wasn't April the greatest like package release month they ever had? Like in my eyes, April was fantastic. Like
With the
they
homegrown
did.
horror set and all that stuff.
Yeah, yep.
That
They
was a
did
great
like
set.
that
That was great.
open
February was good
graves.
too. February had the last Forgotten Jelly set, Volume 3.
Yeah.
That was
hmm
amazing. That was the best jelly set they've done.
Yeah,
But
and like two packages, right? So this half year deal is probably worth two packages, right? For two package months, roughly.
especially right now because of the fact that, hey there, Brian. Ryan Sauer from Just the Disc is here. Um,
Mm,
and So right now, because they've decided to do partner label months in June and in December, that means less months that that you can buy Vinegar Syndrome releases. That there's bundles going out, but
mm,
they've decided to keep every bundle, everything that was already scheduled to come out is still coming out. It's just coming out packed into less months. So that means that those months are going to be more expensive.
hmm
So that's going to make this halfway subscription, much more much more of a great deal and a great idea for people right now than ever before. Because this is the first
I
time they've done this.
I think I have to bite the bullet again and get that and snag that. Does that include the latest like six string samurai and the televised terrors collection and stuff like
Not for
that?
like for this one. Like the it'll start in July
Mm,
and it'll go from July to November. So it'll include all the big box sets that are coming out and the via whatever other releases are there. It won't include like VSUs and VSAs, but you get or partner labels, but you get
hmm
50% off coupon for each of those. And that means you
V
can buy any VSA, any partner label at all, any VSU when it comes out, 50% off the coupon. as long as you're subscribed.
VSU, that's the 4K thing, right? Is that their 4K? Like Beastmaster is a VSU.
Beastmaster's VSU. That's the first VSU. It's excellent.
Mm-hmm.
It's gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
And VSA, that's the Vinegar Syndrome Archives. It's the hard boxes where you
Yeah,
come down and the big posters.
because Beastmaster was included in my last half year subscriber packages, but so they kind of got. So they're going to go away from doing releasing the VSUs then for the subscribers. Basically.
Yeah, I mean, unless you've already
Yeah.
got the bundle there, the issues are included. I think
Yeah.
that was just where it was the first one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Everybody seems to be excited. Everybody's buzzed for the sale. That's always cool.
Yeah. I've been, it's kind of snuck up on me, but man, I'm ready. I'm ready to go. Do you have any hardcore recommendations for old Logan Toxic? I have
It
a
depends
want
on like
list.
which ones. What do you got on your want list?
I'll just read them off. I watched whose video did I watch? I think is it Chaos? Wasn't it Chaos TV? Is that who it
Master
is?
Chaos actually he's supposed to be joining us here apparently.
I watched his video of what he recommended, and a couple of them stood out to me. So one is there's nothing out there.
Excellent, great meta title.
Yeah, that's a check mark then.
That's a definite. That's one that ironically, if like on my channel for like the year before, I kept saying, "Oh, somebody's got to put this out. Somebody's got to put this out." I was actually doing a live video when it was announced that it was going to be put out, and I'm like, "This is amazing."
Is it a dark comedy then, basically?
No, it's very meta. I mean, so like put it to you in this way: there's a sequence, and there's something out there. There's the creature. There's a creature, right? And so the creature's in the house, and the guy is up on the sofa chair, right? And he wants to get away from the creature. So what he does, and I love this. Some people don't. This is going to decide whether you like it or not. He grabs the boom mic that they're filming with, and just goes across on the boom mic, which I think is awesome.
That's next level, isn't it? That is.
It is. That's cool. And there's a really good there's really good features on it. There's a whole other movie on there. There's even like a short film called Mood Boobs, got Tiffany Shepis in it, which is really good. And they talk about this is like short film done on basically the fact that this was meta horror before Scream came around.
Mm-hmm. It sounds great. I got about 5 more. I was rambling. Hellmaster with John.
Haven't seen that in a long time, and I don't own it. It was okay if I remember it. It wasn't like one of my favorites.
Bloody New Year.
I love Bloody New Year. It's Norman J. Warren. It's crazy.
New Year. The Children.
I like The Children. Like that's one that I got the trauma of, but I haven't upgraded yet, and I really should because that's one I used to really like. Except with the black. That's where they go through the toxic fog, right? And they got like black fingernails and everything. That's really cool. I think Harry Manfredini did the score.
And then Demon Wind.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Low budget like Evil Dead type stuff. But if you're ever watching a movie and thought, you know what this movie needs? A kung fu magician. Demon Wind is the one for that.
And I got one. I don't watch these too much, but Master Chaos talked highly about it, and it was Hot and Saucy
Pizza Girls.
Like
Bob
a
Chan
or something.
It is, but it's a good one. Like it has a good storyline to it.
So that's a because I don't watch too many of those, but that you would suggest something like that though.
Yeah, I mean, like get like the story ones. Not everything's got a story one. For the adult stuff, the Gerard Damiano stuff is going out. So if there's anything of that you want to grab that now because it's going to be going. And like some of them have already gone. Like he only did around like 5 titles for them, but he tried to make. Gerard Damiano was one of these directors that did adult cinema back in the day that wanted to make adult cinema legitimate. So we tried to make more story-oriented stuff and more different kind of like unique, quirky, unusual stuff. And so that's why I made the puppet one, Let My Puppets Come. And he made, of course, Skin Flicks, which I think sold out, which is a shame, brilliant title. And there's a few others, but everyone he did was good. Now, Hot and Saucy Pizza Girls, it's a comedy. So if you were to take out the adult scenes of Hot and Saucy Pizza Girls, it still works. And I think
Mm.
that's the key when it comes to this. Like I can like I'm 50. I can find adult stuff all over the place. So if I want to see something like that, I want to see something that's going to have a storyline. It's going to be a bit more intriguing. Um, so what my key is to come from like a certain era, like to be on film, basically, and have a story that stands on its own. So if the story stands on its own, if you can take out the adult pieces of the film and you still got a workable story, uh, that's a key for me.
Sounds great. That's well. Thank you very much for. I think I'm gonna sign up for the half year subscriber bundle, regardless. If it's like 450 and under, I think I'm gonna sign up for that guy.
Yeah, I'm
And
hoping
I
like
think I'm gonna
I
stay.
can't see it being over four. I mean, I can't see it being 450 to be bluntly honest. Some people have said
Well,
like, oh, it could be, but like 820 was for the year, for
hmm
of 2021. Last year it was $350 for the subscription, for the half year subscribe. You had it, so you know.
yeah.
Um, and it was like if you halved the MSRP for all the bundles for last year, by the way, for that half year, it was 402.98. So it was actually under 50% off. You got even better deal. Um, so now we're coming into like less months of the year. They
hmm
say, we got the same amount of stuff, but it's still less months of the year. And you gotta take that into consideration when it comes to the pricing of it.
Cool. Are you
But
yeah, fingers crossed.
yeah, exactly.
Fingers crossed. Woo! Vinegar syndrome. I got some I'm sure you already went over like your recommendations and stuff like that. Is that correct?
I've done a few. I mean, I've been doing a whole month of Vinegar Syndrome stuff here, which has been
Mm.
fun. I really enjoy it, guys. Severin is next month, so there we go. For those that are on my Patreon, after this video ends, like an hour after this video ends, we're going to be going in for the reveal portion of it, and we're going to be shouting together. So if you want to check that out, link just down below. Um, no, so thank you. What I'm looking for right now, the VSAs, I'm a little bit iffy on this time. I buy them because I buy them all. Master
Mm.
Cassidy he predicts a bummer VSA reveal. Uh, I'm not like totally disagreeing with that actually,
hmm I'm
because
not the biggest VSA fan, honestly. I I liked was it is it LA Wars? Is that the last VSA they had? I think
LA Wars was good. I mean, the last one they did wasn't that one. I know there's action.
Universal.
No, the last one was House of Usher, right? In January. No, it was Grave Secrets. Grave Secrets was the latest one.
Oh,
Before that was
Grave
House of Usher.
Secrets.
Yeah,
Grave Secrets is VSA. Wow. Okay. Well, I heard that was decent, wasn't it? Grave Secrets.
Grave
I heard
Secrets
that
was
was decent.
VSA, and so was House of Usher.
Hmm. Yeah.
And the one I got, so rating the VSAs. Oh God, I wish I had the list now. But on the bottom of my list for VSAs, and not that I don't like the film, it's good in its own way. Hell Riders. Hell Riders is my least favorite VSA.
hmm
But my I don't know what my stuff that's going to sell out for sure. I actually got a list here of all the of this. Thanks to Griff, by the way, who's in here, I think somewhere. Uh, he did up a thing, and actually see if we can find
Talents.
the numbers.
Yeah, I took a picture of that too.
Hmm.
Pandemonium only has 109 copies, so that's going to
107
be
actually when it went before he went under.
okay. So that's going to be gone if you want it.
Oh, in a few
It's
minutes.
what do you think of Pandemonium?
It's
That wasn't.
okay. I mean,
It's not my humor. It's not my humor, honestly.
it's
So
it's like you throw everything at the window. Let's bring it up here. I'll bring it up
mm,
on here, so we can all check it out.
yeah.
Well, Savage Down is definitely much better. Oh, what did I do? What did I do?
Oh yeah, your numbers are more up to date because I had X Troll 3 at 295. You have 293. So
So I probably got these put in there twice, so I do apologize. Because I hit the wrong button. But we have here Luther the Geek is at 314. I got to pop the stuff on the screen so I won't miss seeing everything. Uh, we got telephone book at 644. That thing's never going to sell out for crying out loud,
Mhm.
which is a shame because I hear such great things about it, and I know I saw it years ago, but I do not remember seeing it. Hey, Sim Dave, welcome. Pandemonium. Just I know Jess just loves these crazy films. He loves Wacko. He loves Pandemonium. Brian, when we were doing like a podcast on it, he was like he was so wacko centric, and I was like, I don't know, man, I don't know. Brian did a
uh,
really good like a video on actually a review like on this earlier. Trip the Teacher 136. Master Cast did two really good videos. Stuff not to buy and stuff to buy.
Crypt, those two was a Spanish horror, the like semi
Cemetery of
what are they
Terror.
called? Yeah, and what was the other one?
There's three actually. There's Cemetery of
Yeah,
Terror, Grave Robbers, and Don't Panic. They're by Ruben Galando Jr. They're really good. If you don't have those,
yeah.
Logan, strongly recommend those.
No, I got those. Those are in my subscriber bundle from last year,
Oh,
and
nice.
everybody else is raving about them. Like they're like the best releases that like Vinegar Syndrome ever did.
Well, I
It,
love Grave Robbers, especially. It's got a very like Friday the 13th Part 6 type of vibe to it. Uh,
are those on the list for the selling out list
oh,
under a
Don't
thousand?
Panic. Like the other two are, they're there, but like they're there with very few
Hmm.
copies. But I put this here twice, didn't I? Yeah,
Oh yeah, Don't Panic is at 170.
yeah, that
So
is going to go. Like Don't Panic is going to
yeah,
go really, really fast.
yeah. Uh,
How many times did I put this down? So we got Zombie on the Massacre, 789. I don't think this one's going to sell out. I actually do like this. Now, the only thing that I say, and I've said this to everybody, uh, if you want zombies or a massacre, this is not the film for you because it has neither of those things.
islands though, right? It has plenty of
It's
islands
fun.
then.
It is got an island. It's got a Harry Manfredini score. It sounds very Friday the 13th esque, and it's very much Scooby Doo. It's very Scooby Doo,
That's fun.
which I
That
love about it.
that kind of reminds me of another one of theirs. Is it Memorial Day Massacre or something like that?
Memorial
Where
Valley
is it?
Massacre.
Yeah, it's like about caveman. It's like what are we doing here? Yeah, Memorial Valley Massacre. It's yeah.
You probably got it because it was probably in your subscription. But if you don't,
Yep.
this doesn't have a slip. Don't worry about it.
Mm.
The Spanish horror. Come on, guys, help me here.
Oh, is it the Wait a second. Oh no, that's Don't
Excellent,
Panic.
excellent.
Yeah, that's Don't Panic. Yeah, I don't know.
It's God, what's it called again? Come on, guys.
Ooh,
Somebody. It's Spanish horror and it starts with Charlie Chaplin. There you go.
oh yeah.
You know the one I'm
Okay,
talking about, right?
I know what you're talking about. Oh,
Such a good movie. Oh my God. Corruption, Chris Miller. That's the one. Great film. What a great opening for that one. There you
yeah.
go. I say I don't have Sexta Sinistra yet. Sexta Sinistra. I do kind of have. I got to get that one down the road. Count Dracula's Great Love is Paul Nash. Yeah, I think we're going to get a legacy slip from that. I know we're going to get a legacy slip from like Deadly Embrace and Murder Weapon.
What are slips? Do you think is there going to be new slips?
Yeah, it was four slips. So we got
Slips?
there's let's bring up here. Oh, Bo definitely grabbed the Corruption of Chris Miller. It's just such a damn good film. So I had it up here, the Vinegar Syndrome website. Let's see, where did I put it? Where did I put it? There we go.
Yeah, everyone buys Sudden Fury. That's
That is a great movie. It's an
yeah.
exploitation one, and it's got a great cast. I mean, like one of the guys, like he died early, he died young, but the other guy was his. He did a lot of animation, like voices. Like he was in things like God, I think he was in like Inspector Gadget. I think he was Chief
Mhm.
Quimby in Speech. Like he was a bunch of like voices. He's my
Mm.
childhood actually, and it is such a good movie. And the ending, like not at all what you expect. It doesn't go in the place you expect, and it's always good for me when they do something just a little bit different, right?
Absolutely.
And
Yeah,
those early
or new catalog slips. I enjoy
so
those slips.
we know
Always,
for sure that
yeah.
there's murder, weapon, deadly embrace. That's the Linnea Quigley double feature. That's a fun one. If you don't have it, I got it. I love Linnea Quigley, so I had to have it. And it has the guy Eric
Mm.
Freeman from Silent Night, Deadly Night 2 in the so you rarely see him in other things except for Silent Deadly Night 2, so that was kind of cool.
That's crazy that you know that. That's crazy that you know that.
I'm a geek for this type of stuff.
Yeah. Jeez.
But
Uh,
they said some highly requested ones, so I'm kind of expecting Man to be a Mad Men or Graduation Day. One of those two, I think, are going to get a slip this time around.
ooh, graduation day would be nice.
Yes, that's what I'm.
That'd be
That's what I'm
nice.
expecting. The VSAs, I I'll buy them because I get VSAs, but I'm not. I don't have a strong like feeling about the VSAs this time around.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the thing: there's the second half of the year is almost all horror stuff, right? So if we get
Right.
1 month where it's not all horror, like I'm sure horror fans can survive. You know what I mean?
I yeah, I was very happy with because I was a happier subscriber last October, and that's what they did.
Oh my god, yeah.
They did the Amityville collection. I'm like, oh, that's so awesome. I love. You know what? I actually watched all those movies like within like that week, and they were actually pretty good. Like they're kind of like dry and boring, but they're in like a TV movie way. But I actually enjoyed all of them. I think
I
so.
love the Annabelle
I mean,
Curse collection. Now, like only the first one's
yeah,
TV actually. The other ones were straight to video, so they all come from like one book. There's the Annabelle, the curse, right?
yeah,
And so basically, they all took around the thing like, they sold off the stuff. They had a yard sale. All the stuff's
yeah.
haunted. And I thought it was cool. It was a nice concept to use. I wish they would have done more. Actually, people always ask if there's a movie called like Anvil the Curse, right? And said, how come that
Mm-hmm.
one's not put in there? And it was done around the same time. However, it has nothing to do with the other films. It's got nothing to do with the book. It's not even set in the house. There's no cursed items. It's just set in some house randomly on some street down the road. Because anybody can use the name Anvil and make a movie. And that was
Yeah.
the case with this one, right?
There's like all there's a lot more than just one too. There's like some fun footage movies with Amityville in it, and yeah.
There's
But
only a few official
get
ones.
the
It's like Django. There's only a few official, but there's a ton of other like knockoffs.
and they're selling them individually, right? So like the in time one, the one with the clock. You
That
know
was fun.
that's probably the best one, right?
Well,
Picking
one
up
you
blind
get to start
bottles.
off with the cute girl and the nude scene, so I'm down with that. Um, but it was a cool one.
I got a question. Angel, you got me on Angel last sale.
That
I
was
picked
good. I
up the
mean, that was a
first
good
one.
set.
What's the second one? Are the second and third ones decent?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like the first one is John Dahl's the killer. That's not giving anything away because there's no mystery to who the killer is. The guy from Miami Vice. He's one of the cops on Miami Vice. But in the second one, because the first one is I think in a way so good.
Mhm.
Um, is that there's that they go like they do like Evil Dead does and Texas Chainsaw does is they go in a much more humorous way with the second
It's not too
and
bad though.
Betsy Russell, early role for Betsy Russell. The third one goes much more of an action like oriented terror type way. So I'd say yeah, I enjoy them both. I find 1 and 3 to be best, but some people love
Wow.
two. And for Mug, yes, Dr. Jekyll's Dungeon of Death is definitely going to go out of during this sale. So if you don't have it,
Yeah.
uh, grab it.
Master Chaos says Beastmaster is gone. That was pretty. It's
Oh,
too
will
bad.
be like
It was great.
$4.99 is what's out right now. So a
Mm.
second that it goes, like Dr. Jekyll's at 200 and something, 260 or something like that. Uh, so
But
that's
like Beastmaster, you gotta know it's gonna be like Rad, where Mill Creek or somebody's gonna pick it up. Is right. It's gonna get printed easy, like
it.
reissued. Probably just a Blu-ray, not the 4K, but probably just a Blu-ray. I'm
Well,
guessing.
the thing is, the difference between Beastmaster and Rad is that there will be a standard edition of Beastmaster. So they still have the rights to Beastmaster after this. Uh,
Hmm.
so they can still they
Beastmaster
can put
two.
it out, but not without the
Beastmaster
thing.
two. Are we gonna get Beastmaster 2? That'd be
I
sweet.
hope so. I hope so.
That'd be sweet. I love Beastmaster 2.
Beast.
Um,
I love this. I want to see more sword and sorcery come out of that VSU line.
oh, that'd be cool. Yeah, yeah.
I know some people are kind of upset with the whole uh, like the six string samurai, but I think it's a fun release and it's something different to put into the in like. I'm not sure if it would have been my choice for a second one, like solidify the line first, but I think it's a way to let us know like how different they can go with the stuff.
Was
Spellcaster, you need
Rad
Master Chaos.
was Rad a VSU release?
Which Rad? No, Rad was kind of its own thing. Rad
Yeah.
was a. I was shocked with Rad. I mean, like I saw Rad when I was a kid, but I was a kid around that time, and I was not like a BMXer. I was a skateboarder. So so
Mm.
Rad was a fun movie because Lori Loughlin was in it and had some great music, but I was never like super into Rad the way that some people were. Rumors on the 4K
I
double
was.
feature. I'm still thinking Scanners Cop 1 and 2. However, they showed a
Ooh,
picture for 360, which I'll show you here in a second.
I can get behind Scanner Cop.
So look right here. So you can see 360 here. It looks to be like a postcard of what kind of looks like blurred out, but might be a
The
carnival
roller
or
coaster.
yeah,
360. It goes in a circle, right? So it's probably a roller coaster or something of some
that'd be
sort.
interesting. It looks thick, so but
Yeah.
I'm still saying like that makes it look like it's not Scanner's Cop, but
Yeah.
Scanner's Cop 1 2 has been like it's been the prevalent like one that people have been saying. Oh yeah, like when you're getting this stuff, just remember, guys, go in and grab your low stock stuff first. It does not stay in your cart. So if somebody else buys it while you're waiting,
Yeah.
uh,
I
then
learned that the hard way. I learned
yeah,
that the hard way with Vice Academy. I added that in my cart. Fucking gone in a minute. Sorry, I
I
shouldn't
know a
have
few people
swear.
do that, man.
Yeah, Vice Academy really made me upset.
But but yeah, so because there is an add to order, so you're not going to have to worry about paying more shipping, guys. You need 5 more slips for cutting class. That was the worst thing uh, that they ever did. Let's, by the way, if you're into fitness and stuff, and like everybody should be. We're all second home. Check out their stuff because they do some really great stuff. I follow them on Instagram.
Um, the Forgotten Jolly. When did Volume 1 sell out? I was looking for it and like it must have sold out a time ago.
It's sold out, but there's a slimline edition of it now. You can buy the slimline edition if you don't
Oh
have
really?
the regular one. Yeah. So I would recommend though if you can get the second one, like that's going to be on sale. Third one's not. Like everybody was shocked when Vinegar Syndrome announced their like they put it the last newsletter and they said, oh, but this time February is not going to be included. So that surprised everybody. But there's so much that they do that I got to be honest with you. We can't complain too much. We're getting a ton of movies for like at a good price. And as always, guys, remember it's half off the MSRP, not off the discounted price that you see on the website. So
Yeah. So it's
it's that
like
yellow.
$20.
Yeah,
Yeah.
usually, well, a little bit more for me. You're in the States, you get it cheaper all the way. You get
Yep.
all the good deals.
I
Um,
do.
but I'd say the Beastmaster won't be 50% off, but it's going to have a discount. And I still say grab it because it will sell it.
Yeah.
It is going to go.
It's a great release. It's is it their best release? I really think
It's
it's their
one of their
best
best. Like
release. It's
I'm
the
a Don
packaging.
Coscarelli fan.
Woo. Yeah. You know what'd be cool? If they had like a Phantasm release, just like this, like a big box like that. It'll look real nice by each other.
I have to buy. I got the Arrow version Phantasm set. I'd have to buy another Phantasm. That would kill me, man. My better half would kill me. I want to get like. I was talking to Jamie. I'm trying to get Don Coscarelli on. I'd love to get him on the channel actually because I'm such a
Yeah.
fanboy.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Spooky's best release. I love Spookies.
Yep. Maybe Beastmaster is their best packaging.
Definitely best
I'll take
packaging.
that
Like
back.
when it
Yeah.
comes to their box sets too are just incredible. They're
Kind
really
of,
good at the
yeah.
packaging. If I had one complaint at all, and it's a small complaint, Kenny Company's coming from someone that'd be good. That's a Dip at Radio actually just mentioned that, which is early Coscarelli. And I've seen a picture of that actually. I would love to see Kenny Company come out.
Yeah, definitely get. I would recommend getting Beastmaster even if you don't have a 4K player, because
Yeah,
it has
because you're
a
future
couple
proofing
of
yourself.
Blu-rays as well, and it has a couple of Blu-rays that comes with it as well. So,
Yeah, yeah, and that's the thing.
uh,
And for people that worry about like, because when it initially came out, there was an issue with the second Blu-ray, but that's already been
yep.
like situated. So if you get it now, you don't have to worry about like waiting to get a copy. It'll all be situated when you get it. Any thoughts on Bubba Hotep? I love Bubba Hotep actually.
Ooh, I like that. That would be nice.
I would love to see
That'd
that
be
come out.
nice.
Now
I
Scream put
haven't
that
seen
one
that
out,
forever. Yeah.
but that's a long time ago.
Was it though? It was probably 5 years. Don't they have 5 year deals? Shot Factory.
Usually, yeah. Like that's when stuff's
Yeah,
trying to go. It's been a while now.
yeah. I think it's been at least 5 years since that came out. That'd be nice. Man, that'd be so
Do you,
cool if they got that.
do you have a dream release that you would love to see come out?
Yeah, Fright Night 2, absolutely. Fright Night 2
That
all
would,
day long. It's gonna be
that would be
impossible though.
whoever gets to put that
I,
out is
I've been I've been pushing Fright Night 2 for like a decade. I've been like sending emails to all these companies, and it's just not gonna happen. This is not gonna happen.
it's got to happen eventually, man. That's what they say about
No, the
everything.
rights.
Like,
No, nobody knows who has the rights. Nobody knows who has the rights, and once they release it, it's going to be they're scared that they're going to get sued, and like the rights are all messed up. That's what it is.
that's the killer part of it. Like, but
Yeah.
somebody will figure it out.
Do you know
It's
Do you
got to
know
take
who
time.
owned it? Do you know the story behind Fright Night 2?
You mean
It
like,
was owned. Yeah, like who owned it before? It was owned by the Menendez brothers' dad,
yeah, that's
the
right
one that
though.
they killed. Yeah, so and if Fright Night 2 was getting released, like at the same time you got murdered, this guy, and it just got dropped or lost or something, and like the Menendez brothers theoretically it might be the owners of it, because if the dad was the owner of it, it's so messed up. It's so messed up.
Somebody wants Hello Mary Lou Prom Night too. Beware My Brethren. I don't have
Absolutely.
Master Cast, but I hear great things about Beware My Brethren. I don't personally have it myself. I
Mary
do want to get
Lou
it down the
Prom
road.
Night 2. Michael Ironside is great in that movie, and I love Prom Night 2. I love it, and I think Joe Bob Briggs did a his Shutter show. I think he featured that movie in one of those episodes.
I'll go even
So there's
farther, and I'll say I like the Prom Night sequels. I like
mm,
and the one that nobody normally likes. I like Part Four because it goes back to its slasher roots,
mm,
and a lot of people hate it. But basically, you got this guy that's like this priest that's total psychotic, and he's what's the word where they kind of like punish themselves to give himself penance. He's locked away in
mm-hmm.
this he's in this church, and he escapes. And the only thing prom night about the movie is there's these four kids that are supposed to be going to the prom. And they're like, "Oh, hey, there's our prom," and they just drive on past it and go to this house. Uh, the killer like shows up there, so that's always cool.
I love it. I I don't remember it. I don't even know if I've seen it. I like Prom Night 2 just has such a I don't know, lasting impact on me for some reason. It kind of made me forget all the other Prom Night movies, because it was kind of like Nightmare on Elm Street, right? It was like a Nightmare on Elm Street ripoff.
Yeah. So
Prom Night 2.
like the second one was like the first one, of course, is straightforward.
Yeah,
The original Prom Night is kind of dry, but actually I
yeah.
like it. But the second one is like, and the third one are all very Nightmare on Elm Street-ish, kind of
Mm,
with the whole vibe of it. The Mary Lou character. Part four, they're going back to the original type of thing.
yeah.
We got like, oh, Jay Bean. I read all this stuff on when because he posts a lot of stuff on Facebook on the Vinegar Center page. He wants the
Mm.
Rejuvenator body count. That's Gregorio Diodato. Me too. Actually, I really want that.
I bought a bootleg copy of the Rejuvenator. Oh my god, I do not like that movie at all. I'm sorry. Yeah, I
Flagellation.
did
That's the word I'm
not.
looking for. Yeah, that's right.
Teach their own, though. Um,
No, I got some weird stuff that I would love to see come out. My most wanted release. Whoever puts it out, they're going to be my heroes. Alone in the Dark. Jack Shoulder film.
mm,
Donald Pleasance and like just Jack Palance. Such a cameo by the Jason like figure from Friday 13th Part 1. But such a cool release. Like Alone in the Dark was so good.
yeah, I've been seen that.
You got to see Alone in the Dark, Logan. You'll love it.
I'm sure I will.
Like it's four
There's two.
guys that escape from an asylum, and not just any guys. You got Martin Landau, you got Jack Palance, you got Donald Pleasance. They're like, and their psychiatrist has moved to another big institute. He's retired from the place. They in their mind they think, oh my God, something's happened to him. So they go on this, they break out, go on this road trip to go and rescue their psychiatrist, and death happens along the way. It's actually a pretty cool film.
Were they young? Were they like in their 30s or 40s?
No, I mean like they're older. I mean like this was a movie done in the '80s, right? Early '80s.
Okay, so they're
But
probably
it's
in their 50s.
yeah, like it's shoulder, the same guy that did like Nightmare on Elm Street Part Two and The Hidden.
Mm.
So he's got a pretty good like grasp when it comes to the directing. There's some great directing in that film.
I'm sort of excited for like the TV stuff. Like
Me
you just
too.
never see it. You just never see it, you know. I'm excited to get stuff like that. Like the like how much is the televised terror volume 1, you think? Will it be discounted? Probably not, right?
No, that's the newer one, so it'll be discounted a little bit for the sale. It won't be 50% off because it's brand new. Did you pre-order
Yeah.
anything?
No. Nope.
Okay,
No.
so I'd say around 74 Canadian, so it's probably gonna burn 50-ish, like American. Maybe a little bit like less because of sale. They tend to discount a bit, like even the newer stuff.
Yeah.
Uh, but that's a really good one. So what I like about that, I mean, Master Cast did not agree on this one, which is okay, which makes it more fun. Is the there's like one from the '70s, one from the '80s, and one from the '90s, and I really like that fact because you're getting like three different eras of television horror.
It's great.
And as a guy, like I'm older, I grew up with this stuff. Like there was event TV back in the day.
Hmm.
You really get to see three different like eras and the way that horror was on TV in three different decades, and it's so different. You get to the point where it's in the '70s, and it's kind of like they try to put like some like the social awareness into the horror as well, because the first one definitely is not the slasher that you think it is. It's very different. Then you get to the '80s one, and it's getting a bit more like Giallo-esque
Hmm.
and a bit crazier with more kind of like some guest stars in there, like got Tom Skerritt. So you get to the '90s, you got Tom Skerritt again, and you get to more of the they'll put the dramatic stuff in there, a la Hallmark like horror type of thing,
Mm.
but still like a really cool release. So I'm looking forward to those. And more than anything else, I want people to buy that because I know that televised terror is if you even if you find these okay, uh, I don't think there's anybody that doesn't have TV horror that they don't want. And televised terror sells out quickly. Televised terror volume 2
Yeah.
comes out quick.
Do you know how
Uh,
much like back catalog of TV horror movies they probably have?
oh
You
my
know, I
god!
bet they have hundreds of these because they used to have like a movie of the week. They used to like make movies just for
Oh my
that,
god!
right?
Yeah, like there was like
Yeah.
they'd have the TV horror, like even like some. I remember seeing was it no, Halloween um, when it came on ABC. I still remember like the commercials with the creepy voice guy talking about
Hmm.
Halloween playing tonight, and they hear the music, and I'm like I was a kid, and like I was like, oh my god, it's coming on. Some of the stuff that I watched on TV was the stuff that freaked me out the most. Um,
Hmm.
it wasn't like going to the theater. Like usually that was a shared experience. I didn't freak out watching a theater film,
See,
but
the
you're
thing
home
is,
alone
yeah,
and you're like
yeah.
you're there and it's like quiet and it's dark and you're like, especially if you're a kid.
The thing is, they have to be clever about it too because it's on TV. Can't like
Exactly.
make it bloody. It has to be psychological. They have to actually build tension. So I'm actually really curious on those movies. Honestly, I really like the idea of them. You know, TV horror. I like the idea.
Mr. Cass is interviewing Eddie Deason tomorrow and Brad Henderson on Saturday. So
Hmm.
Eddie Deason, for those that don't know it, I'm a huge Grease fan, but I'm more of a Grease 2 fan, same as like
Hmm.
and so he's the Eugene in the Grease films.
Hmm.
So the really nerdy guy, like he's done a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
He did War Games and stuff like that too. But I love Grease too. So that's that's
I
my
know.
favorite. I know off by heart.
I follow Brad Henderson on Twitter. He's super cool to follow because he's
Surf too.
Vinegar
That's what's
Syndrome,
coming out
right?
with ADDs in this time around. There's no Surf
Yeah.
one. I love that actually. Like people kept asking me, like, where can I get Surf One? It's like Return to Horror High when you're like,
Yeah.
where's Horror High? Well, and then there is a Horror High, but it's like nothing. Like it has nothing to do with the other one. But yeah.
There's something else like that. I can't think of it. There's no like sequel horror that
Remember what's
there's
that
no
like?
sequel.
Bro Party Massacre 3? It was the newer one. But if you haven't seen it, you
No,
gotta see it. It's so cool.
I'll write that down in my journal.
Yeah,
It's like
because you'll
watching
like it. It
Bro
is. It is
Massacre 3.
nuts. Like it starts out
Uh,
with like the killer, like scenes from Bro Party Massacre 1 and 2 that don't exist.
that's
Goes into
great.
the
I
film.
love that. I
It
love
is
ideas.
really cool.
That's a great idea, actually. Um,
Unmasked Part
uh,
25. That's a really good release, actually, Bo. I loved Unmasked. What a different, unique type of film. Uh,
uh,
did you see that one? I'm guessing you have.
no, no, not that one.
It's
I'm
like,
not. I'm not the biggest parody fan,
oh, it's not a
like
parody.
horror
Like
parodies.
Unmasked is
So
like is different. I mean, it's like if Jason could like talk like a kind of like a normal person,
right.
but but he falls in love. He falls in love with this girl, and she's blind. And he's like he can wax poetic. He can like say the sonnets of Lord Byron type of thing. But he has to kill. That's kind of his thing. And it's a good film. It's tragic, but
It's
it's
like
actually really
it's
good.
like Toxic Avenger. Sounds exactly like Toxic Avenger,
No, it's not.
right?
Toxic is more like over the top,
Yeah,
and like
definitely over the top. Yeah.
Unmasked is restrained. Like when it's the gore scenes are gore, but it's much more restrained film than like a Toxic Avenger. It's much yeah, it's British, so it's got a much more
Hmm.
restrained humor than you'd expect actually. Um,
How about Silent Madness? Is that a solid one?
it's a fun one. It's a 3D film. You get
Yeah.
both versions if you don't have 3D TV, don't sweat it. They have the annual gift too. But it's a good 3D. It was the 3D cinematography was done by the same guy that did Friday 13th Part 3. It's obvious when
Hmm.
you're watching the film. Um, there's good 3D in it. It's a fun film. The killer's kind of blah. Like it's not like the killer's not. I can see why there wasn't a Silent Madness too. Like the killer was not one of those guys that's going to stand out. But there's
Yeah.
some great sequences. There's a scene at the beginning of it where they're looking like to see who got accidentally like let out of the asylum. And if
Hmm.
you pause it and you'll see like a list of names and the reasons that they're in the asylum, it's hilarious.
Hmm.
It is.
Licking paint off the wall,
Adam Rifkin's
jumping
Invisible Maniac.
heck like a
I'm
bird.
surprised we haven't got any more Adam Rifkin after we're getting Psycho Cop Returns because that was a good title.
I like the. I mean, Jack Frost is a pretty good safe blind buy, I would think, right? For
Oh
them.
yeah. Oh hell yeah.
Uh, Witch Trap. I really like Witch Trap. It's like Witch Board, right? His first one is borderline almost so bad it's good,
I
right?
like
But
Witchboard.
it's no, but it's competent enough where it's actually kind of a real movie, right? But Witch Trap,
Witch
it's
Trap is cool.
but it's more of a it's so bad it's good though type film to me personally, rather
Now
than like say
Witchboard is a
Witch Board.
bromance. Like
Yeah,
Tanya
yeah,
Catane,
it
like
is.
rest in peace, is in that was in
Yeah.
that one. Fantastic girl. Um, but who was in love with Tanya Catane back in the day, right? During the whole White Snake era. But
Mm.
but it's the guys actually in Witchboard. It's the two dudes. It's like it's a bromance
Right.
going on
I
with
love Witch
Witchboard.
Board. I love both of them, but Witch Trap, oh, it's next level. I'll recommend buying that if you like 80s horror that borderlines on so bad it's good cheese. So definitely that one's a good one.
Oh, it's fun. I mean, like there's a lot of cool titles out there. But people like can throw
Hmm.
out like title suggestions or try title ideas, and I'll say if I've seen it, I'll give you my thumbs up and down. Same thing with VSAs. Have you been collecting any of the VSAs? I know you probably got some.
I got some. I got Savage Dawn.
That's a good one.
I got that Stallone one.
Oh,
Death is it?
that. Do you like ancho? What's it? Do
No,
you like avocados?
I did not care for the Stallone one.
It was
Um,
cool. I mean, like
eh,
it's a bit of
it
it's
wasn't
not a
direct.
buddy cop movie that it pretends to be. If you watch the trailer though,
not a movie. It's like
Chris Mitchum is just
the way
like
it was
cashing a
the way it
check,
was
man.
cut. The way it was cut did not resemble a movie. It I don't know. It wasn't a movie. It was scenes that they cut together. I don't know.
The collars.
Um,
So I'm mentioning if you don't have the collar, man, get the
yeah.
collar. Like that
You-
is
you- another one that's kind of like that Stallone one, where it's all kind of the edit is all messed up, is Night Train to Terror. And I actually enjoy how messed up it is, like how like not messed up, but like how bad it is, like to
it's
that
my it
movie.
was my first Vinegar Syndrome release.
Yeah, there's
I
something
didn't
to
even know
it. I
Vinegar
don't know
Syndrome
what
was
it
at the
is.
time. I was just at a video store in Ontario because we were visiting,
Hmm.
and I picked up Night Train to Terror, which was this movie that I used to see a lot on like the old like cheap releases, and I have like really crappy quality. And I'm like,
Hmm.
I gotta get this because I remember like this "Everybody's Got Something to You" like song that plays all through the film. What was really cool about Night Train to Terror is there's a second film, which is like one of the short films, like the full film, one of the short films, and it
Yeah,
is pretty good actually. Like it's not
as a
a great
special
film.
feature. As a special feature.
Yeah, on the DVD of it. Like so, if you watch the DVD, there's like the I think it's Gretchen, the one you know
Yeah,
about the
Greta.
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 Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
The one
yeah,
about the death like the Death Club. Like it is when you're watching the short, like you're watching the anthology film Night Train to Terror. That one makes the least amount of sense, but when you
yeah.
watch the actual
Absolutely.
film, it does. It actually makes more sense. And
Was
the
that the
actress
best
didn't do
one?
much else, but she's really. There's just something about that actress that I found really. I found her really like really watchable.
Was that the best one? I don't remember the.
The
I
and
remember
most
the cult.
insane best one for me was the first one, where which just makes the little sense. This guy's in a car accident. His wife gets killed. He's brought to an asylum, and
Yeah.
and then he's like randomly going and like drugging girls and bringing them back. Which the most
Oh
hilarious
yeah.
one is like when he goes to the church and drugs the girl literally in the church in the pew that's sitting right next to him, and like nobody notices this. He's in like a crowded church, like he drugs her and takes her out. I'm like, serious?
Do you know what? Night Train to Terror is like a bunch of unfinished horror movies that the producer bought, cut them up, and like let's we have something here. Let's make a movie out of it. And
Yeah,
that's what
because
that
neither of them
is.
are getting like released. Like the I think Cup got released
No, no.
afterwards. Don't Panic is at 170. So
Oh,
that yeah, if you want Don't Panic, guys, don't like
don't
go,
wait.
don't
Don't
wait.
panic.
Yeah,
Don't
don't
wait.
wait. Like go in, grab it. Like a lot of people worry. They say, "Oh my god, like this is going to be something that's going to be." I can wait. I'll just put in my card. It's good in the card. No, there's a add to your order button for a reason.
Yeah,
Arrow's hunting for
definitely.
the TV cut of Phantom of the Mall. Actually, I saw that ice. I'm actually very excited. I'm a huge Eric's Revenge fan. I love Phantom of the Mall.
I just remember that cover for that movie. It
Oh
has a
yeah,
very iconic cover. You
it used
know.
to like I used to get the horror magazines back in the day, and they used to have that was like heavily promoted, right? Be on like the
Yeah.
inside cover of all the horror magazines. Necromancer is really good, actually. I really like Necromancer. That's got Elizabeth Caton, and I'm a huge fan of Elizabeth Caton.
Mm.
Um, she is gorgeous. She started like you. For those that haven't seen her, she's was in what you probably saw her. She's in Friday 13th Part 7. She's on the cover of Splatter University,
Mm.
and she's
And
got a
screaming.
cameo in like Savage Dawn.
Oh, yeah,
But if you want to
chopping
see a lot
mall
of her,
down the mall.
you want to see a lot of her, then you watch Necromancer, and you get to see a lot of her guys.
There you go.
It's like if you like young Stacey Hadiak, who played one of the girls that played was it Lana in Superbad, the series that came up for 4 seasons. If Luther the Geek, if you like Lana, and said, "Wow, I wish I could see more of Lana," guys, you want Luther the Geek.
There you go.
Is it just a slip that's running out for Don't Panic? Yeah, that's right, man. So it's the
Oh,
only one of the Ruben Galando Juniors that's left with a slip. It's not something that's going to go. Now, something that is going to go, and I do recommend it if you don't have it, Logan, Trip with the Teacher. It was put out by Earl Barton. It was the only film he ever directed. It stars a young actor that will become he's dead now, but he'll become a very famous TV creator, film creator, Zalman King,
mm-hmm,
of course, who did Red Shoe Diaries and Wild
mm-hmm,
Orchids, stuff like that. But in this one, he's acting in it, and he plays this like deranged character and he does it so well.
Mm.
And I think he's the best part. Like the film's good, but he's the best part of the film because you can tell that he's really gotten into his character. I love
Yeah,
Michael the televised tear, the art on the televised tears. I love the art on the discs themselves, on the actual like discs. It's until we actually see like more than like a flat image of the box itself. It's really hard to tell because I initially didn't like the art on Forgotten Jelly Volume 2. But once I got the box set, once I saw like the three-dimensional work of the art, it was much better.
the trip with the teacher, is that a soft porn?
No, no, it's it. I don't want to call it rape revenge because it's not. But basically, what happens is there's these two guys, and they're kind of messed up. They're riding on bikes on like a motorcycle, and there's this literally there's this bus, and they kind of like get them to go like in a to this certain place, and they end up getting like getting stuck, and somebody gets killed,
Hmm.
and then all it hits the fan, and it becomes like tense, like don't know who's going to live, who's going to
You know
die,
what
who's
that
going to get
sounds
away.
like? That sounds like the plot to Deadly Games, and that's the movie I highly recommend. I was very happy with that release. It blew me away. It was great. I never heard of this movie before until I got it. And if I wasn't a subscriber, I never would have bought it probably. I'm so
It's a
happy I
gorgeous
did.
film. You're talking about the one with the
It's
kid, right?
good. Yeah.
That is
No,
gorgeous.
no, no. Sorry. No,
Right, right.
Blood Games.
Blood Games, yes.
Blood
Oh,
Games. Yeah, yeah.
famous, very famous, actually. Stunt woman stars in that film, Laura Albert. Uh,
Hmm.
and there's great features on that one too, by the way, especially considering they had to do that one during this whole lockdown type.
It's such a good. I don't know. I like. I don't necessarily like those kind of movies, but I really enjoyed Blood Games quite a bit.
I think I like the fact, like Mike said, he liked Trip the Teacher, but he would like it if it was more exploitive. I think it's
Mm,
cool that it
yeah,
doesn't go into like the Last House on the Left
yeah,
like territory. Um,
yeah. It could
like
have
I could show
went.
Trip the
Yeah.
Teacher to my better half, and I couldn't show Last House on the Left to my better half. That's
Or I Spit on Your Grave. It could have
exactly
easily went I Spit on Your Grave territory, and I would have hated that movie then.
the David
Back
Hess
then.
types.
Yeah.
I've seen the trailer for Last Night in Soho. I don't think I have yet. Disconnected, yes, that creeped me the hell out. Uh, that's one, and like the acting's not that great in Disconnected, and I think it works for the film because when you get to the end of the film, the end of the film, Disconnected, chills the hell out of me.
Hmm.
It's a different film.
Is
And
it
I like it
80s?
sold out and came back in again. Do you have that one?
I never heard of it.
And what's neat about it too, he did like this short film basically, or like an hour long film. Like it's a short that he did, and now that short film has like a documentary on it as well, which
Hmm.
is really cool. Yeah, the ending of Disconnected just creeps the hell out of me. Like I didn't even recognize there's something like because there's a killer in Disconnected, and you don't find out who the killer is until the end. I don't want to give anything away, um, and it's just it's different. I mean, it's different than you think it's going to be because you're watching the film and you think you got it. It looks pretty pat,
Hmm.
but it's not at all. Actually, it goes in a very different direction, and I always like that when when they go when they swerve in a way that I don't expect. And just the
Yep.
ending is just creeps me out. It was one of those movies where I just felt not that felt I felt like unnerved at the end of the film, and it wasn't because the amazing acting in it, but by the end of the film, it just had me.
There's few films that made me feel like that. And
I'm not easy
yeah,
to unnerve either because obviously you get my age and you've seen a lot of it, right?
yeah.
Are there any Vinegar Stream titles that I love that Logan hated? I don't know. Actually, I'm not quite sure which ones Logan
Hey,
hated.
let's go. I have a pack to avoid. Um, Old Dracula.
I love Old
I have to say,
Dracula.
I can't stand this movie. Old
Are you
Dracula.
serious?
I
David
can't.
Niven,
It's not
man.
my
Teresa
humor.
Graves is in that.
It's not my humor. I just can't. I don't know.
It's
Um,
dated, but it's fun. It's a time capsule.
it's
You're
dated.
either
It's
gonna
very
love it or you're
dated.
not.
Yeah, it's very dated. The 11th Commandment.
Don't have
I'd say
that one. I haven't
avoid.
seen it. So,
Um, I would say Best Friends.
Really, I heard a lot of people talk good stuff about that.
And then I would say L.A. Wars.
Oh,
I
LA Wars
usually
is so
like
fun.
I usually like these kind of films because they're like canon, right? But who is the distributor of these movies? They did a lot of action movies in the
Was it
90s.
Pacific, really? I think it's Pacific Films that did a bunch of those.
Okay, there was really no story in LA Wars. It was kind of confusing. I had no idea what was going on. I like story, I like action, but I kind of like the story, and I had no idea what was going on in LA Wars.
I thought it was
Personally,
fun. I mean, like they had the guy that was in a bunch of those. God, what's the name of him? He passed away. He did a bunch of those like big, not Russ Meyer guy, but him and his wife did a bunch of films together. And
mm,
well, and there's like a box set like was put up. The Vinegar Syndrome put out a whole bunch of them. And Andy Sedaris. So
yeah,
one of
PM
the actors
Entertainment.
from LA Wars is in like a ton of Andy Sedaris films. The guy that plays one
Mm.
of the drug kingpins.
Iceman guy, PM Entertainment. I'm
Pimenta
just
there,
not a
that's the one.
fan.
Perfect. Right?
I just not a fan of PM Entertainment because I watched a couple more of those kind of movies that they released, and it's just not my bag, baby. It's just not my bag. So that's a personal thing. I know a lot of people like them, so it is what it is. Yeah.
I
Uh,
if you don't like that, you're probably not gonna like a lot of PM Entertainment stuff.
no. Didn't another one was it Martial Law or with the kick Cynthia
Cynthia Rothrock.
yeah, was it Martial Law movies?
Those
That
were
was
good. I
just
thought those were
released?
cool, actually. I mean, like she's not the star of them. I wish that they did ones where she was the
Yeah.
star.
Those were PM Entertainment as well, right?
Were they?
I think they
Maybe. I
were.
mean, like usually PM Entertainment's got like the more got a lot of the lower budget stuff, like a lot of stuff with like Lawrence Hilton Jacobs and people like that.
Yeah. Oh, you want to be a great release for Vinegar Syndrome? They just released um the Miami Connection vinyl. So what are the odds of them releasing the Miami Connection 4K? You
I would
know,
love to see Miami Connection 4K because that's a fun title.
I love that movie. I love that movie. To me, it's the very best. So bad, it's good movie.
It's a
Very
classic.
best. Yeah. Worst Vinegar Syndrome title. Oh, there's so many to choose from.
Now, come on, they got a
I
lot of good
kid.
stuff there.
I
I
kid.
gotta.
Yeah, I kid. Um, I don't know. I couldn't finish Best Friends personally. I
I'm gonna.
couldn't finish it.
I'm shilling my
I
donation link here right before the sale, of course. So if anybody got extra coppers and you want to donate to the channel, right there, it's much appreciated.
there we go.
There we go. See, that's my shameless shilling for tonight, guys.
That's your
Got to do that
yeah.
once a video.
You got it. You got to do it all the time.
I
Oh yeah,
forget to do it.
Dr. Jekyll. Dr. Jekyll is pretty bad, honestly, too.
It is, but it's
Uh,
so bad. Like it's one of
I,
those that I enjoyed it in a weird way because that guy knew exactly what he was doing. Like it's a vanity piece, Doctor, and like he's
yeah.
so over the top, man. He's so over the top. Like
I mean,
I
I
don't
think
like look at anybody and say Doctor, it's a good movie. It's not. It's a bad friggin' film. I just enjoy its badness. Like
Vinegar Syndrome. They have a lot of uh, the majority of their movies are actually really good. Like I kind of like, but they're for a specific crowd. And then there's like other like Vinegar Syndrome movies in general are for a very specific audience in
I
general,
think
right?
that like they've kind of like branched out from what they initially did. Now, like people
Yeah,
say, since they did like the Paul Schrader and stuff like that, and some of the art house stuff, they came more into like kind of more of I guess what people call respectable. But to be honest with you, like they did stuff early on, like what's it? Good Night, Miss Wyckoff.
mm.
Excellent film. Uh, excellent film, but didn't get a lot of looks. There you go. Somebody, Craig mentioned it. Didn't work for you. Oh, I see. I like that one. I mean,
But
it was a rough film,
that
but I
kind
like.
that kind of goes to my point that they make so many movies that and it's like such a specific audience that there's going to be a lot of movies where people are just not going to like at all. and there's gonna be a lot of movies where people like a lot. Like I think most of the releases I like, but there's just ones that I just absolutely hate. Like straight up honest on that.
No, like it's true. I mean,
Great,
like so
great
there's gonna be
company.
films that you're just gonna they're just not gonna be your thing. But
Yeah.
for me, like personally, a blind buy for Vinegar Syndrome has the potential more than almost any other company out there
Yeah.
to be my next
Hmm.
favorite film. And
Absolutely. Yeah.
that's the thing. I think that's the thing that keeps them going when there's things like oh, I'm not quite sure about that one, and then you get this one that you're like, what the hell is this? And you
They're,
watch it, okay, that's
yeah.
way better than I expected.
They're
Um,
kind of like the new Criterion on that, because I discovered a lot of films like, oh, that's my new favorite. Oh, that's my favorite. And then it kind of goes, but then Criterion's like, it's kind of, I don't know. But Vinegar Syndrome kind of picked up the mantle for me personally of discovering movies I had never heard of before, and just like kind of falling in love with them.
that's what
So
happened to me too.
yeah,
Like for me, like my blind buy company was Criterion, and I
yeah,
found Criterion plays a lot safer now.
hmm,
And I understand that because
yeah.
it's a crowded, the boutique label, it's crowded. There's a lot of companies in. There's more companies coming out. And I
They
do
need
like
famous.
what they do, but some of it's, there's still. I
I
love
agree.
the box. The Ingrid Bergman set, gorgeous.
Fellini set. I got the Fellini set. It's pretty good, and I can't wait for that Kurosawa set. That's like the
That
number one set.
that's the one
Yeah,
that we want. Like we're still waiting to
yeah.
get like announcement on that one.
That should have been the first one. That should have been their first set. But
Like so people say, well, they put it the DVD one a long time ago, and didn't have a lot
yeah,
of stuff on it. But yeah, we want to see. I want to see the Kurosawa one over everything else. They really
yeah.
shagged it up with Varda though. They like putting
On
like
what?
five, yeah, putting like five on a disc and like making her set smaller than the other sets. I was like, why did she get such a
Hmm.
Sadichi set AME is the best set they put
Yeah.
out, hands down.
Did you finish it? I got through half of that.
I did. I mean,
Zatoichi's
like,
set.
it's not something that you can because they
You
become kind of
can't.
formula. You don't
You
like
can't
you don't
marathon it.
like, yeah, you can't just keep going watch them
No.
like 4 or 5 in a row. It's just going to be like repetitive after a while.
That's what I did. I marathon
Did you really? Oh, you
Zatoichi
can't do
set,
that with
and it's
Sadichi.
like I can't do it. I got to like the 12th movie, and I'm like, I can't do it anymore. This is too
Yeah,
many. I just can't.
like do them every once in a while. This is Sadichi TV series. I would love to see them put that out too.
Uh, yeah.
So if you're
No,
still
I'm
doing
not
your
doing
Criterion,
Criterion halls. No, I don't make videos that much anymore. I do like once every other month now, and I just get busy, man. Just get busy.
oh, 4K. I would love to see Criterion do 4K, but I'm not holding my breath.
They will. They will.
Eventually, they're always the last. Like it's true. Like when it comes to
Mhm.
changing a format, they're always the last. From Blu-ray, the last.
Which is weird because they started with Laserdisc, right?
Yeah, and which
So
was
that
like kind of the edge.
cutting
They,
edge.
they
Yeah.
started commentaries. They started all that stuff.
Yep. Well, did Full Moon start that stuff though? Who started the bonus features? Honestly, was it Video Zone or was it
Video
Criterion?
Zone really, Star Maker too, which would later turn into Anchor Bay. They did like
Mm,
stuff. If you bought like the early like Hellraiser, like VHS, and Hellraiser 2 was like I think it was with EP copies too, and they had like gold type stuff around them. And they
mm-hmm,
had like interviews at the end of it, same as like the Video Zones did. But Video
mm-hmm.
Zones are the ones I remember the early stuff doing it. Video Zone did it on
Yeah.
VHS. Star Maker did it as well. Not a lot of companies did it, and then of course later on Anchor Bay when they came around would
Yeah,
do like
that's
make go to the next level with the clamshell cases and like the writing on the back of the slips and stuff like that.
yeah. I'm thinking Criterion did start the special features because
On
the
VHS though,
Laserdisc.
Kubrick, like I understand, like on Laserdisc, yeah, like for like
Yeah,
commentaries and stuff like that. But there was like interviews and stuff on VHS, like back in the day
like in the
as well.
80s. In the
Oh
80s.
yeah, I mean like back when because I'd have to check because I've got like one of those star ones downstairs, and
Mm.
uh and there's features on that. So it really depends on like I'd have to check the dates, but like Criterion when it comes to like commentaries and stuff like that. But there were features on a lot of VHS. I just have to see where it goes.
It's not
And
who who's the first is who trailblazed it. I'm guessing it's going to be either Full Moon or Criterion. You know, like
Oh,
who made it really stick?
uh, commentaries, Criterion.
Yeah,
Special
yeah,
features, Full Moon.
yep. Agree
Like
with
hands
that.
down. Like hands down.
Yeah,
Like Video Zone were, a lot of it was
I loved it.
commercials, really, but they're
Loved it.
amazing.
I love Video Zone. You know what he should do if he was smart is have a release of all the Video Zones. You know, make it in Blu-ray, have like 20 or 30 Video Zones. Be great.
What do you think? I
Uh,
don't have Cthulhu Mansion yet, and I don't remember if I've seen it. Like,
I heard it was okay. I didn't. I heard it wasn't terrible, and I heard it was okay. So
is that the one that has a special feature with Juan Picard Simon on it? Like the full like documentary?
I'll be right back.
Okay. Hey, Sam, welcome, man. It starts at 5 1 in the morning there. How long? How much longer till the sale? Well, the sale is starting at 12:01 EST, which is 1:01 in my time. So this video here is going to go on for around another hour, and then uh, for those uh, that that are that don't know, I do a Patreon. Griff knows all about that. As do some of you guys here that are on my Patreon channel. I'll be doing another video like where we go right in, like we'll talk before the sale. We'll go right into the reveals for the sale, and we'll actually shop together. So that'll be cool as well. So a lot of stuff today. I worked a full day, and I was going to go upstairs and go to sleep for a bit before I did this, but I was just so hyped and so excited. Video, yes, Video Treasures. That's the one. Try. That's what I'm thinking of. With the yellow case things when they had the special editions, and they had the black things too, like the with the Video Treasures on the bottom. Hobgoblins, The Undertaker, Prey, Bloodhook, Death by Temptation. Death by Temptation is so underrated, by the way, guys. Can I go through the low quantity list again? Yes, I can. Actually, let's do that real quick here. Um, let's look at the low quantity stuff. So I'll call it the things that I think are really, really low. So Trip the Teacher is 136. There is not going to be another edition of Trip the Teacher. If you want to get it, definitely get it now because it will not be repressed. And it's not the type of film that I can see another company picking up. So if you want it, get it. It's going to, once it sells out, it's gone. They don't repress that. There's no slip cover. It's just a special edition. Luther the Geek had 314 when the site went down. And that there basically, that's with the slip cover. Lust in the Dust, Paul Bartel film. I like Paul Bartel. This stars Tab Hunter, Lainie Kazane, and Divine from a lot of the John Waters films. It's in a 354. Extra 3 is at 293. Dr. Jekyll's Dungeon of Death is at 262. That is a VC of Vinegar Cinema Archive. So once that's gone, it's gone. And Dr. Jekyll's Dungeon of Death is so weird that I don't see another company picking it up. So yeah, you want to grab that one before it goes out of print. Don't panic. Definitely going out of print for the slipcover, 170, and Pandemonium with 107. Also definitely going to be going during probably the first night of the sale. Forgotten Jelly Volume 2. Well, it's a 699. Don't let that like hard number make you not worry. Yes, it's going to go. Beastmaster with 477. That's probably going to go as well. So we got a few that are definitely going to go out of print during this sale right
definitely
here.
Beastmaster. Definitely
100%.
Beastmaster. That's Beastmaster. Did Beastmaster win any awards yet for like best releases of the year?
It should. I mean, like they have I say around what's it, end of the year we'll have like the awards again, and it should win one definitely for the packaging that they put into it.
It's so good. Such a great release. It's worth the pickup. It's worth the extra. Was it $44?
Something like it's
worth
it's a pricey one, but when it's on sale, it's definitely worth picking up anyway. It's just a great release. I have no idea what this one here 360 is going to be because that looks like a thick one, and the thick one, like I automatically thought Scanners Cop 1 and 2 because I've heard they're putting it out, but this here with that like postcard with the
roller coaster
got me kind of like, what the hell is this? What I would love to see, but I wouldn't know what they'd put with it, is Breaking All the Rules, which was a really good like 80s film. kind of a.
Wasn't there a Boris Karloff movie with a roller coaster that he was like a killer or something, and he was like, yeah, I don't know.
There might have been.
I can't remember.
Yeah. There's so many Boris
I
Karloff.
can't remember.
Troy, I'm hoping to
But it's a
subscribe. I'm
thick
just waiting to
package.
find out.
It's a thick package.
It is really thick. That's
definitely a
pretty
4K
sexy.
release. Well, it's not a 4K release, right? Because
Yeah, there is a 4K coming. Like
VSU.
what we don't know, there's a 4K. Aside from the VSU, there's an actual 4K release coming, which is a double feature. So that's the one that I thought was Scanner's Cop.
Besides.
Yeah. Besides.
You said
So there's two things they have announced.
So they're going to have 4K.
So you got the 4K VSU,
so they're
right?
Have 4K releases that are not VSU.
Oh yeah, like they're already at like Rad, for instance, Tammy the T-Rex, or 4K, so weren't VSU. Where's it at? No, it's not it. So yeah, so there's two new surprise limited editions. One's a regular Blu-ray, well not regular Blu-ray, special Blu-ray, and the other one is a 4K double feature, their very first 4K UHD double feature. So that's going to be intriguing. That's going to be like really interesting to see where they go with that.
I just thought that all their 4K releases were going to be VSU.
No, just only certain ones. VSU is specific for certain titles, like ones that they more than likely, honestly, ones they probably had to spend a bit more money to get or ones they had to spend more time remastering. Dog Code Santa, yes, 100%. If you don't have Dog Code Santa, grab Dog Code Santa. It's a really good release, and it's not 110% not Home Alone. I hope that Scanner's Cop.
Do you remember Scanner Cop?
I do actually. I used to have fun with those.
Do you remember those movies?
Yeah, Pierre David, actually, a Canadian
Was
producer.
there a roller coaster?
That's what I'm trying to.
Roller coaster or any circus stuff in there?
I don't remember. I mean, like I was trying to remember that earlier when I saw that. Carnival of Blood was already put out, I think, wasn't it? But not that I remember. Not from the first one, anyway. Which is the one? Is Scanner's Cop or Scanner's Cop 2 the one where he splits his head down the middle? That's the first one, right?
Oh, yeah, that's the first one. Wait. No, wait. Are you talking about the head exploding or the head?
No. That's like Scanners, but like in Scanner's Cop, there's like where he kind of splits his head down the middle, like not blows it up, but actually. It's going to be interesting. I mean, can you imagine if you brought up something like a Peter Jackson double feature, like Meet the Feebles and Brain Dead?
Dead Alive. Could you imagine
that would be killer.
They did Dead Alive? Woo! That would be a knockout. That they'll get so many.
Oh, the Carnival image has nothing to do with
Rad Cell.
Oh, so that Carnival picture was just randomly in the background. Confused a lot of people. That's good, actually. So that makes me think that this is going to be a Scanners double feature, Scanners Cop double feature, and I'm down with that. I love Pierre David stuff.
Man,
he's like the Corman of Canada.
But Dead Alive, I bet Dead Alive would sell more copies than Rad for sure.
Oh yeah, Peter Jackson, man. I mean, but Rad has like a cult following. I mean, I was so surprised.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. Dirt bike. There's not too many dirt bike movies, you know.
I know that Jay, because from like thinks it's going to be Meet the Hollowheads, like one of the releases is going to be. I'd be okay with that. Like it's a weird release. Not something I expect for as long as it's not Alien from LA. Like that would be such a disappointment. Because there's rumors early on that Alien from LA was going to be one special. It's not a good movie. Like it's that movie that if you got that MGM like 4-pack of like sci-fi films, it's the one that you watch later on when you watch the other three.
Why is Mike saying Brain Dead, not Dead Alive? It's Dead Alive.
No, same. Yeah, it's the same. You actually have the same title, man.
Dead Alive is the North American title, right?
Yeah, like
I think Brain Dead's the real title. I'm guessing.
Yeah. So Dead Alive and Brain Dead are the same film.
Right.
Everyone's been going through the '80s TV guide trying to figure it out, right? It's true. I mean, like,
Let's
just
get
don't be like, I'll be okay with Meet the Hollowheads. It won't be my favorite release. That'll be definitely be my last watch. But it's got Juliette Lewis, and I had a really big crush on Juliette Lewis back in the day. Um, but you know, I was a skater punk, so that's to be expected. But Alien from LA, I'd buy. I'm glad. You know, I've said get it because I got this
hate that
package
movie.
already. But I wouldn't be excited about it.
Her voice in that movie is so annoying. It's hard to watch.
Which
It's
one?
hard to watch that movie. That's the one with Kathy Ireland, right?
Yeah,
The
she's
one
dubbed
from
over, isn't she? In
LA.
that one, I'm pretty sure she's dubbed, which makes it even worse.
Her voice is just so high. It's so high. You really have to
Yeah.
buckle up.
Now, the thing that makes me think that it might be coming eventually is because the girl, anybody that has Fade to Black and is getting Surf 2 knows that both of those films has, what's her name? Linda Kerridge, right? And she is an Australian actress that looks a lot like Marilyn Monroe. She is also an Alien from LA. So, damn, but she is actually. She has a big part in it. Well, not a big part, but you know, noticeable part.
How do you like Fade to Black?
I love Fade to Black. Don't go in like the only thing that really I tell people to not go into it thinking it's going to be a slasher film. It's not a slasher film. Like it's a thriller and it's a character piece. It's one that I love from like early on. I remember seeing Fade to Black and what's that? There's another one. Don't talk to strangers. Never. No, it was God. Anyway, so Fade to Black and another film. So it was kind of a similar, kind of had a bit of a black humor to them, but they did like a really good. Oh no, there's a different film called Branded. Yeah, but like there is. We're not talking. There is also that one as well.
Yeah.
There's sometimes movies have more than one movie have the same title. Uh, but yeah, I love Fade to Black. I do. I think it was a fantastic release. I'm a big fan of Dennis Christopher. I love Breaking Away. One of the better like coming of age films that I saw, and definitely like he was really good in like was it The Pretender? Not The Pretender. It was a Profiler. He was in Profiler.
Yep.
Really big
as well. Mickey Rourke was the bully. Fade to Black.
Oh yeah, Mickey Rourke, and of course Tim Thomerson in a very different role for Tim Thomerson.
Yeah, it was cool. You know what? His whole storyline in that movie he didn't have to be in that movie.
No, you could have took that storyline out and just could have went on.
He was added in after the fact for some reason. Yeah,
it was different. I mean, like, did you watch the interviews with it? Like,
no, I just
Dennis Christopher takes the credit for like a lot of stuff, man.
Fade to Black. Yeah, I know a lot of people love Fade to Black. So.
And of course, Dennis Christopher in It, the original It film. He was one of the adults in the original It. Just pick up as many limited edition slip covers as possible. What you do, I think, will sell it first. Don't Panic, Pandemonium will be the first two to go. Along, if you want to grab really cool editions of stuff too, also look at Forgotten Jelly Volume 2 and the Beastmaster. Trancers 3 is my favorite of all those.
No,
one that C. Courtney Joyner did.
Why? How dare you? How dare you, sir?
Trancers, Andrew Robinson, man. No, Andrew Robinson. That's why. I love Andrew Robinson.
Trancers 2 was awesome. They're like, I'm his wife. No, I'm his wife. Like, it was so corny. It was great. I love Trancers 2. And I love the first one, too. They're both. The third one was.
See, the first three are money for me, and then at 4 and 5, man.
Oh, I don't know what they did with 4 and 5. I don't know what they did.
Well, they got mad. Well, him and Charles Band had a falling out. That's one thing that happened.
Do you know what? Do you know why? Do you know why they got? Do you know what the falling out was about?
I'm guessing money with Charles Band.
It was Charlie Band was paying him for one movie, and then Tom Thomerson freaked out when he found out he was making 2 movies instead of 1 movie. That's what it was. That was the falling out. He didn't know Transformers 4 was going to be Transformers 4 and 5.
Charlie Band did some sketchy stuff, man. Like, let's not forget, like, allegedly, I'm going to have to put there allegedly, the figure that he released that was sent in by a fan, and he just molded it and released it. has his own figure. That's allegedly that happened. Just allegedly.
Oh yeah, so in this story, that has allegedly happened too. It's all alleged.
Yeah, allegedly.
I don't know first.
Got to say that there.
Exactly. It's all alleged.
Forgotten Jelly Volume 3, Antoine, won't be part of the sale. That's a February release, and they said everything like January and back is part of the sale. Also, the Beastmaster won't be on 50% off, but it will have a discount.
Everything after Saying's Blood is the discount. Starts
so like
and everything before it.
So it'll be interesting to go in, like look at the partner label stuff too. If you don't have, if any of you guys haven't picked up Fun City editions, what a great partner label they've been. Have you been grabbing their stuff, Logan?
No.
Oh, I Start Counting. You have to get that film.
I Start Counting?
100%. It is a thriller mixed with a coming-of-age film. It's got a very young Jenny Agutter.
Yep, I know of it. Yep.
And it is an incredible film. Sam Deegan does the commentary for it, and it is spot on. It's an amazing commentary too.
Wouldn't June be a better time to buy that? Because aren't they having like a June partnership month where all their partnership labels are on sale?
This one will be on sale because it was the second one on the already, so it's going to be 50% off, and it is low already. So like if you want to slip, and that's a nice slip, so I would recommend it.
Oh, it has an awesome slip. Are you talking about? No, you're talking about. Okay, I was thinking.
I Start Counting.
Yeah, I was thinking about. Is it Alphabet City or what's the cool one?
Alphabet City is the first one. Like the slip's already gone on that one. This is Vincent Spano. But like I Start Counting still has a slip, but it's low. And for anybody that doesn't have I Start Counting, hands down, if you like just like some really good films, if you're coming into Vinegar Syndrome and you like stuff like Eureka or Criterion or BFI, that type of stuff, you're gonna love I Start Counting because it really is a quality film. It's not one of those, oh, this is a fringe film or it's so bad it's good film. It's a really, really good film.
Is it black and white? I Start Counting?
I don't think so. No, it's in color, I think. I'm trying to remember now. Oh my God. Is it in color?
The cover is black and white, right?
Yeah, the cover is black and white, but I thought the movie was in color. God, I'm going to look now because you know what? Me and my cousin watched it. Well, we watched it twice, actually, because we really liked it. No, it's in color. Yeah, I thought it was because there's a sequence, and I've mentioned this on the channel before, but I'll mention it again. So basically, they're going to school. They're walking to school, and there's this big lake, right? So we see the girls at the end of the lake, and they're walking along the lake, and the camera kind of just sweeps over from the girls, and it goes all the way across to the other side of the lake, and then it focuses in on the other side of the lake, and the shallow end of it, there's this body of this dead girl, and it is such a beautiful shot. It is so well done. We had that. I'm like right front. It grabs you. It's at the beginning of the film, and it just grabs you. It's just an amazing film.
Well, how much do you think that guy's gonna cost?
I Start Counting.
Yeah,
$20 maybe. I say less for you. Maybe because that's when the partner labels and the Fun City editions really aren't that expensive. So I'd say around 20, maybe a little less for you.
Might have to pick that guy up. I'm all about artsy.
It's a cool release, man. It's like it's a really good release. Yes, if you're here and you have not hit that like button yet, please do so. And if you're here and you hit that dislike button, I still got you here. So there we go.
You love the hate. You dislikers, you just love the hate.
Oh man, some of them are just like that.
You can't stop it. I had I'm sure we're all the same when it comes to YouTube, but like when you first start, you have so many dislike.
Oh my God!
It's embarrassing for them how many times they dislike your videos and hate on you. This is awesome.
Hey, there's
jealous.
How long do I think it's going to take for Don't Panic and Pandemonium? Very quickly, they're under 200
minutes.
So definitely those are going to be going really quickly.
5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes. But we're talking about the slips, right? We're not talking about the actual movies.
Yeah, the slips, the ones with the slips. Like Pandemonium has an amazing slip. But that's not my favorite film, but like honestly, it has an amazing slip.
Here, I'll show you. I got it right here with me. Yeah.
As you can tell, that one was done by the artist that did Blood Games, and it's so obvious.
It's really cool.
And everybody's in the film too. Like, it's cheesy fun. Like Tommy Smothers is in it. Like Judge Reinhold's in it. Paul Rubens, of course, Pee Wee Herman, he's in it as well.
This movie looks not like a comedy to me by this cover, right?
Yeah, I know. It looks like it's a slasher film.
It looks like a real movie to me, but it's a straight up comedy parody,
Like, don't build a cart comedy like right away. Just go in, grab like the really low stuff first that you really really want. Check out, then come back in, and then you can actually spend like more time on it. Amazon purchased MGM. Yeah, it's true.
But they purchased post 1986 movies. So.
But there's some things like the James Bond and stuff like that are included in that. So.
Oh, is there? And that would make sense. Yeah. Like a franchise.
And the Rockies and Creed too.
I heard that's under a different contract, like the Rockies, and I mean it could be the same one. Somebody will probably let us know.
We'll find out soon. Like it's gonna, like obvious. I think that they're gonna get some of it anyway because I do think that the Warner Brothers closing down the WB shop and going strictly for Amazon was a calculated move because they knew this was happening.
Is the Warner Archive? Is that completely done? Do we know this? I don't think it is. They're still releasing.
They're still doing things under the banner, but the people that ran Warner Archives were like,
but they're still releasing. They're still releasing movies, so I don't
at this point, like, and they'll release some every once in a while. It won't be the same as it was before, because the love's in there. Like
I don't think the sale matters because this is post 1986. All Warner Archive stuff is usually pre 1986.
But hold on a second. Warner Archive just took their whole shop and just brought it over to Amazon. There may be some working together here, man. You may be seeing a lot of this stuff become Amazon exclusives as well.
Well, I mean, it makes sense.
Because that's the thing, right?
Amazon's the number one place, so they just don't want to deal with it. I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah, Warner owns the MGM titles that Turner owns, so that's the ones that Logan's talking about, the pre-1986 titles. The fact that it's very, like, as the young ones would say, it's very sus that it's gone over just before the sale came out.
Is that what
exactly.
Say? Sus. Okay.
Sus, yeah.
Okay.
I watch Bailey Sarian.
No idea what that is.
It's she tells murder stories while she's putting on her makeup. And I don't watch it because she's cute. I watch it because I like true murder stories.
That sounds kind of cool, actually.
It is fact. She's actually really good at what she does. But because I like the true. My mom was like huge, like kind of true crime person.
Yeah.
So like I got into the true crime stuff from my mom. Well, like as much as I got into like the Paul Nash and the cheesy stuff from my dad and like Tinto Brass and all that stuff. Dad warped my mind that way. My mom warped my mind with true crime. I had no chance coming through when I was growing up.
I can't stand true crime. It's personal. I just can't stand it.
I understand it. I mean, like, I don't like.
Real. It's too real.
What I don't like is when they kind of, what's the word? When they like, kind of really take the serial killers and just make them like immortalize them and like look how good looking Ted Bundy was and stuff like that.
Yeah. I got some other movies that I have on my maybe list, like for like recommendations.
All right.
How about the penitentiary, the two penitentiary movies?
I love those films. I would love to see the third one come out, but there's like a bit of a rights issue with that one, I think.
Okay.
Penitentiary 2 is my favorite. Even though the first one is a better quality, as in the quality film, but Penitentiary 2 is batshit insane. I love it.
Was this Ice-T's first movie? Penitentiary 2?
It was early. It was definitely early, if not his first.
82? That was 1982.
Yeah.
So
Ernie Hudson plays a bad guy in that too. I love Ernie Hudson in that film. He plays Too Sweet, right? Is it Too Sweet? His character's name? Because he takes over. He's recast from this.
There he is.
Yeah, and he's insane in that film, and he really makes it.
But I think this is Ice-T's first feature.
I think you're right.
Before Rocky 3, because I think Rocky 3 was in mid-80s. I want to say.
Mr. T. You said Ice-T.
Ice-T. Yep. Mr. T.
Mr. T.
Ice-T.
colors.
Ice-T. Yeah. God killer.
I love Ice T though, man. I love me some Law and Order SVU.
Yeah, I don't. God, have you seen all those? There's like 1,000 episodes.
A million times, actually. I'm a huge
You
Law and
saw
Order
all those
freak.
episodes a million times each. That's crazy.
It's my comfort show. Like, I'm not even joking. It's my comfort show.
Has Logan Toxic seen the movie Electric Dreams? Is that remind me real quick what that is?
Early 80s film about this like kind of robot that gains sentience. It's famous for the song Love is Love from a Culture Club.
I have not seen that. No.
Great film, great little film, simple film, good film, and like Love is Love is one of like the such a great song. I was a huge fan of like Culture Club when I was a kid, obviously.
Yeah. Mike, let us know what is Mr. T's first movie, because he said Rocky 3 was in 82 as well. So these both.
Oh wow, okay.
It was an Ice T. It was I kept saying Ice T. It was a Mr. T kind of year, 1982. That was Mr. T's year right there.
Two boxing films. Two very different boxing films.
Man, Penitentiary has to be Penitentiary 2. It has to be his first movie. It just has to be. I can't imagine.
I'll pick the fool that don't pick up Penitentiary 2. World's worst Mr. T impression. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, it was pretty badass in it. I paid the fool. Electric Dreams. Yeah, I never heard of it. So many movies out there.
There's so much great stuff.
Yeah, there you go. Mr. T shot Penitentiary 2 first. Yeah. That's what I thought.
Being released first. It's such a good film.
I got another question. I heard a lot of good things about this guy right here. Who done it?
I love that film. I mean, like everybody doesn't like it because it's a bit of a strange film. Have you watched it?
Nope. I got it in my I probably watched half of the movies I got in my subscription.
So it's got this kind of punkish sound track to it. There's this one kind of like punk song that plays every time a murder's happening. The same song. Some people find that it gets annoying, but I actually really like it, and its ending is really good. So basically, it's a really low budget, like, and then there were none. It's a bunch of people. They're making a film on an island. Like that's the way to get money on. They're all making a film together. They don't know each other, and people start getting cut off. How much will the subscription for Canadians cost? I don't know. I think around 400 Americans is what I'm guessing right now. That's for a horror plus exploitation. A bit more, probably around 500 if you're a completionist. I'm hoping that because there's a vinegarsyndrome.ca site coming up in the near future, that maybe we'll get a bit of a break on the shipping this time around. Because it is, the stuff does ship it from from Ontario for us now. So we don't have to wait as long when it comes to getting stuff. So that's always good.
Do you say
it's just a guess.
Don't you know? I'm from North Dakota, so I say don't you know a lot. I wonder if is that actually a Canadian thing, or is that like a Midwestern American
It's
thing?
it's very much a Midwestern thing, but we do have we have like a bunch of phrases around here. $700 Canadian. Oh no, man! That's almost the price of a full year.
700.
If it's 700 Canadian, man,
that sounds like a lot. I think it might be more than you think it's going to be. Honestly,
so it's like I'm in for like a certain amount, but I don't think like last year was 350.
Yeah, I think it's going to be more. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and they can raise it up to $50 more, like because you got to remember too, Logan. It's only July to November. Like June's not there anymore.
It's the same releases though.
I know, but they're punched.
Yeah.
Because people will riot if you go to 500 with the price on this.
I think it's gonna be close. I think it's gonna be 450. That's my guess.
I say like the highest they can go. I say it's between 4 and 420. The highest they could really go is 450, right? But I say 420.
Didn't you say it was good? It was 350 last year, but it actually came out to like 415 or something, right?
No. See, the thing is that there was for the last year's halfway subscription, right, was $350. But if you actually half the MSRP of the bundle, it's $400. So you're getting it. So last year you got it like actually $50 less than the halfway price.
because I think they added
So
some titles. You know.
yeah, so if they go, no, but it was cheaper. That's the thing, right? If they would have been, if it would have been half off, like it would have been just half off price, then the price for the bundle should have been last year for the halfway subscriber should have been 405, but they put it at 350. So you got an even bigger deal last year with the halfway package.
I think
And they
it's
did
gonna
add
be
their extra titles, like even though, and it stayed at 350. So you lucked out, obviously. Um, so it's going to be harder. It's hopefully they're not going to go along the lines of like we can charge more now because there's less there's less it's going to be better for you to buy it because in 2 or 3 bundles it's going to cost as much as a subscription will.
the bundles are gonna be more though because they recently just decided to take out June, right, and make that a partner month. So
That's why the halfway subscription is going to be a bigger deal now. That's why it's going to be more important for people to grab it than ever because you'll save a lot. Like Ice is right, you'll save a lot long term when it comes to this because you just grab the September and October bundles. Oh, no, the November what's it? October, November. One of them's going to be over $250.
Yeah. Well, how much was the April bundle? Wasn't the April bundle like $240 or something?
Oh, you mean the one? No, the May bundle was 240 something.
Yeah. So I mean, you're talking 2 bundles. You're talking half
But
price.
let me show you something here. I'm going to bring something up. I'll show you what I mean. Let me look for. Let me look for it here. I know it's on Reddit, so I'll find it here.
Like I'm just saying the releases are going to be the same, like Iceman said over here. So it should. I just think it's going to be more expensive. I think it's going to be $100 more expensive.
I can't say it'd be $100 more. I'd say, yeah, if it's $100 more, I can still get it, but it's going to be killer. So again, I guess I got to do this one more time, guys. If this bundle turns out to be $100 more expensive, there's my donation link right there. Please help me out, much appreciated. As it is right now, I bought a thing of Shaker Craft Dinner stuff because I'm going to be eating Craft Dinner for the next 2 weeks exclusively. I wish that was a joke. It's not.
Been there.
Yeah.
Been there.
All right. So this is the what's coming out. So let's do a little math here.
Okay. Let's do some math.
So something I always had to do in school, but for this here, I'm okay with it. So the June bundle initially was going to be like $119.94
for the horror.
Yeah, because I don't.
Yeah.
For me, I don't look at anything else.
Yep.
Because if I want to get an adult title, I get one, but I won't buy. I'm not a completionist.
Right.
So 119. Where's the Jenna?
Say 120. Say 155. That'd be 220, 270.
Plus 120.
70,
plus 155. Plus 170. Plus 219 equals 939 divided by 2 comes to 469.50. And if they do it like they go under, you're looking at anywhere between 420 to 440, according to like previous releases. So what we're going to get? Well, one of the box sets that isn't coming this year that we know because they got pushed up, but we're still getting the 3-film Euro horror Giallo box set. There's a double feature Giallo coming. We have Devil's Story is coming here. We have a 4K here, 2 4Ks here, and 3 other releases. I'm not quite sure what they're going to put on those box sets that they said because I don't see any place here.
Honestly, I'm sort of underwhelmed by this because last year it seemed like they had better releases to brag about. They had Fade to Black. I think they had. Because I think they announced Fade to Black really early, and I think
the Giallo set was there too, so that was a big one for people.
It just seems like they had bigger stuff to. I don't know.
Well, we may get more. The thing is, like they always update the announcement, like when the halfway package comes.
Like it's not Shallow Grave. It's not the Christopher Eccleston one, right? It's a different one. I'm guessing.
No, very different ones. Like I remember the movie because it had this like kind of thing. I think it's the girl's back and it's got like a road like right in the middle of it. If it's the one I'm thinking of, anyway.
Mm-hmm. Is it good?
Let me just hit. It
Not
was
really.
okay for someone I remember. And it was like it wasn't bad. But to be honest with you, when it comes to that, it's like certain
If
titles like I saw them
if
years ago,
if
so
if
you
if
know I don't
if
always remember them a
Aaron
lot.
Pin says something's not bad, that means it's pretty bad. I'm just saying.
That's, where's that? Which one is not? Bloody hell! I can't find it either. Shallow. Is it Shallow Grave? Was that the title? Yeah, Shallow Grave. It's Let me go to Devil's Story. Let me bring it up.
Yeah, let's go Devil's Story.
Devil's Story is like is that the Nazi one? Nazi like zombie or something like that? If that's what I'm thinking about.
80, 85,
Yeah, it's the
87.
Nazi zombie one, which is
3.4.
it's, it's Nazi zombie. Oh, here we go. Here it is. I knew it would have the girl with the road on the back.
Georgia. Is that like Eastern European Georgia or is that?
Now Medley, Georgia. So
Oh, okay.
that one looks good. The box cover looks fantastic. It's got Lisa Stahl too, and I like her, so that's always good.
I mean,
She
5.4 is actually pretty good for movies like this.
She was in she was in Jerry Maguire and Baywatch and a whole bunch of stuff. VIP, of course. So there's different stuff. There's some cool stuff coming out. I mean, hopefully we'll get more
Yeah.
once we know exactly.
October for me is like. Can you go back? How much was the prices for October?
October is 169.92, one 4K UHD and three others. So that better be one hell of a 4K for that price. But they said June is like gone, and there's like June really only had three titles, regular titles. So that's three titles over these three here. So yeah, I cannot see it going over like $450. Not at because it will be that will be stretched in a lot to go from 350 to 500 for the horror exploitation, and you're getting like 5 months. Like
yeah,
it will be it'll be sketchy.
There's no way that the first half of this year's releases are better than the latter year's releases, right? Because
that's the killer part too. The home brand horror box set's already done. The Forgotten Jelly box set's already done. The Fear, which I liked and nobody else did, it's already done.
Iconic cover, another iconic cover. The Fear.
I like that movie. I mean, like a lot of people didn't like it, but I had a lot of fun with it. I thought the making of was good too. I would like to see him put out the second Fear, which is actually a little bit better in my opinion.
I just think that like the past releases were game busters. Like was it the April release or is it the May release that was badass? It was whatever. It was the last release.
April was like with the homegrown horrors and stuff like that.
That month was amazing, and I'm like, are they going to have another month like that in the latter half of this year? I mean,
October's usually good. October's usually pretty good. November is good. Like some people are saying that obviously because their companies are so similar. People often compare Vinegar Syndrome to Severin.
Yeah,
and normally most of the time. Vinegar Syndrome stuff doesn't get gets more notice than Severin does. Severin usually gets the crappier like side of the stick, and I got a lot of people that are kind of flipped on it now and saying, the Severin releases this year for the sale look better than the Vinegar Syndrome releases for the sale.
What's Severin releasing?
There's 8 titles coming out. We don't know. Well, all we know is the Jess Franco ones yet, but there's 8 titles in total apparently. Yeah. And they have had some good titles. Like you got to say, Severin's had
no, Severin has great titles actually.
Like the Santa Sangria set came out, and the Alex de Iglesias stuff, and
did they have a Christopher Lee one with the Euro horror one
coming in June? Euro Crypt.
Yeah. No, they have some pretty solid releases. They don't have anything like famous though, like Beastmaster, for example.
Well, I don't know. I mean, like they put out a few when it comes to like, especially they've really done good with the foreign stuff, with foreign releases.
Yeah.
Like in all honesty, like there's nothing really on that we've seen so far anyway that's been revealed for the halfway to Black Friday like sale that is like famous.
No,
you know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. It's weird. Like when you want to announce like that one big thing to like make everybody excited.
Well, I think they thought Six String Samurai and like the
But that's
Cardona
not
box
part.
set were gonna make
Yeah.
people super excited, and it didn't go as well as they thought. I don't think, which is a shame because I think there's a lot of good stuff there that people are going to be surprised with. I think people are going to be very surprised with the televised terror set.
But yeah, but those aren't part of the half year subscriber thing though, right?
No, but they're like part of the things like, but like I think a lot of people look at right now is like what's Severin putting it for their halfway sale? What's their big totals for the halfway sale? What's Vinegar Syndrome's big totals for the halfway sale? And last year, like when Black Friday happened, Severin put out a bunch of these newer titles,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of people were like, and me included, we were a little underwhelmed by the titles. And Vinegar Syndrome had like Fade to Black and all this really great stuff for Black Friday. So it was like, oh my God, you got to grab the Vinegar Syndrome stuff. And we have more people this time around, I think, that are like, oh, I'm waiting to see which Vinegar Syndrome I'm going to get. Like, not me, obviously, I get everything bundle, but you get a lot of people that are saying that. And there's other people that say, yeah, these Severin titles look like it could be really cool. Like Jess Franco's Severin obviously does a lot of Jess Franco stuff. I'm a big Jess Franco fan. I got both the Stephen Thrower books. He's an acquired taste. Once you acquire the taste of Jess Franco, it's an addiction.
That's saying it politely. He's a required taste.
You got to watch, like people say, I've watched a couple of Jess Franco films. I don't really like them. And I'm along the lines, you got to watch like at least 10 Jess Franco films.
10.
And then
10.
10 films. 10 films.
Quentin Tarantino has even directed 10 films. So let's watch.
Jess Franco's directed over 200 films, and he worked with people like Orson Welles and guys like that. So don't forget that.
That was crazy to me. Yeah, I knew that.
Yeah, well, the website thing, like they've updated the websites, Warlock, thank God.
Do you know how pissed off I was during that Severin sale last time? Oh my
You
God.
have no idea the amount of people that were like I did a video. As you know, you're almost in a video, but I didn't know how to do this stuff back then. And I did a video about the countdown to the sale thing. Everybody was like, I had a bunch of people watching. It was like they were so stoked. I got so much hate. Like you would have thought that I was Severin.
What?
Because I got so much hate mail after that. Like, oh my God, the Severin sale. Like the website went down. Like, sorry, I didn't do that. I'm just talking about the sale. I'm not.
If anything, it's your fault because you drove more traffic to that sale. If anything.
Well, yeah, that's probably true. Sadly, yeah. Well, I did for Vinegar Syndrome so many times too. I mean, like the neat thing, and I find it kind of cool. It's like when I'm talking about a sale, especially in the sales live when it's going on, and people are like messaging and saying, "I just picked up 12 titles. I just picked up like 14 titles." Vinegar Syndrome, yet to acknowledge I exist, but
it's true.
But I've helped them out, man.
I wouldn't have. Honestly, if you didn't do YouTube videos, I wouldn't be this into Vinegar Syndrome, straight up. Like I know, and a lot of other people wouldn't either. It's just a fact, you know. Like, once you're hooked for like life, you know.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like there's a lot of people like to promote the Vinegar Syndrome stuff now, but when I started doing it, there was like nobody. There was nobody. It was like it was when I was like, you know, this stuff's really cool, but yeah.
I feel like I was like that with like Arrow Video and like Criterion maybe a little bit. Like I don't know. Like I really pimped those two companies hard back in my early days.
Oh man, like Arrow's still the best company when it comes to releases going actually. Arrow just put aside amazing like Indicator too. If you don't have Indicator, you got Indicator stuff, right? They're so good.
I have some. I have some. I have some stuff.
Their box sets are incredible.
My region-free Blu-ray player broke. Now I'm like fucked. I have to like. Oh, I swore. Sorry.
I got two C keys here, and I'm dreading the day when they go, and I know it's gonna happen.
Yeah, I don't know what to do. Like I've had it for like 10 years. I've been spoiled. I have to like go look now for
220 Electronics is supposed to be pretty good, apparently.
What's that?
220 Electronics, the website is supposed to be pretty good for region free stuff.
220 Electronics, maybe, yeah. But it's like a whole ordeal, you know, like because you have to like my region free Blu-ray player. You have to enter in like a code, and you have to do all this stuff each time you switch regions and all that stuff.
Yeah, like that's what I had a C key, and basically you put in a 4-digit code. You hit setup, you put in a 4-digit code, and then you choose the region. I think with the stuff that comes from 220, it's a hard mod, so you don't have to do that.
220
220
electronics.
electronics. A lot of people go for them. Some people here might have some of their stuff actually.
I bought a Oppa 4K Blu-ray player like right before they went out of business.
I loved Oppa. I wish I had them. I should have got them.
I think it's probably worth $1,000 now because everything gets super expensive once it's like not around anymore. You know,
Warlock won the Night Beast like ship, and I'm so jealous because that was one. That's a cool movie, guys. Don Dohler, Night Beast. It's ultra low budget, but when you're watching it, like realize this is the highest budget Don Dohler ever had.
Isn't that the best one of the set?
Of the oh no, that's Winter Beast you're thinking of. Like Night Beast was one on its own, like last year. It's cheesy as hell, fun film.
But have you seen the Homegrown Terror collection?
I don't have it yet. Like I just could. I've been saving it for this.
Have you seen any of those movies?
I think I've seen a couple of them. I haven't seen Fatal Exam. I know that. But I'm pretty sure I saw like Winter Beast back in the day. But I wouldn't be able to give you a description of it right now. To be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
I still think that the best regional horror like sets. I know that they got are the Arrow ones put out some great stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Homegrown. Yeah, I mean they had so many great looking sets this first half of the year. Homegrown, you know, they had the Homegrown one. They had Forgotten Jolly Volume 3. Is that it? They only had 2, right? Did they have one more?
Yeah.
The Homegrown horror one looks so awesome to me.
It looks gorgeous too.
Yeah, like it looks amazing. Like the cover, I'm sure the poster art is like 100 times better than the movies, but it just looks amazing to me.
Beyond Dreams Door. Yeah, that's the one that everybody's excited about actually. I haven't seen. I don't know if I've seen Beyond Dreams. I think I did, but I just can't remember right now.
Is that part of the Homegrown collection?
It is, yeah. Like the one that gets the rag down the most is Fatal Exam, which I don't think is that bad. Have I seen Fatal Exam? I think I did actually. It's Fatal Exam like almost like is really slow. Like the.
And this guy's is from like Wisconsin that just made these movies.
Oh, Bill Rebane, the Wild Wisconsin side. Yeah. That's the guy that did like if you like his stuff, and most people got it already, but Blood Harvest, it was put up by Vinegar Syndrome. And that's a really cool title with Tiny Tim. That's Bill Rebane. And Peter Krause from 6 Feet Under is in that too.
Wow.
Yeah, seriously. Like Bill Rebane's best known for Blood Harvest and of course the Giant Spider Invasion.
Oh.
They did those, right? But I got to get that Wisconsin box set down the road.
Mystery Science Theater.
I would love to play the YouTube channel trailer, but Warlock, if I play any trailers on here anymore, every time I do, I get flagged for like the takeaway. And any chance I would have of getting monetized goes away the second I play 1 second of a trailer. And it's happened to me every time.
Yeah, they're pretty hardcore about it nowadays.
Oh my God. I've had to go on and actually like let people let them just say, please, just I gotta go on and debate it every time. Like I usually get the funding afterwards, but by that point there's nobody watching the videos because they've already seen them. So
it's like
you screw me over.
That's literally the only reason why I don't do movie reviews. Because like you kind of need a trailer or something to show while you do a movie review, and you just can't do it.
I don't. I mean, like I know a lot of people they'll put in like parts of the film in there, or they'll put in a trailer, or they'll put something in there. For me, like honestly, I am my brand. So if you don't like me, you're not gonna like my channel. But I'll just give my opinion when it comes to films. The way I do it now is I get like. When I get films from a company, for instance, I do a thing called Reviewed and Ranked, where I'll review the films and I'll rank, in order of how I like them. I put like Hellfire, which is a John Wayne movie. It's pretty good, but by the time I watched it, I was actually fairly tired. So it got on the lower part of the ranking, which was still good because I liked the film. But a lot of people say, "Hey, I love that John Wayne film." I'm like, I didn't say it was a bad film. It was just where it fit in the ranking.
John Wayne made a lot of movies.
Yeah.
I think like John Ford made more movies than John Wayne, and it's like impossible.
I go back and forth on whether I like John Wayne or not sometimes.
Yeah, right.
Because you read the interviews and stuff, he's a bit of a jerk.
Yeah.
But
absolutely.
also you gotta say, he's from a different time.
Yeah.
But still, it does excuse some things he said. But I like some of his films. I really love like Sons of Katie Elder. That's like a favorite of mine.
I mean, is that John Ford though? Like, do you like John Ford? Like, is that who it is?
No, Sons of Katie Elder was like God, no, it wasn't John Ford. It was a different director. Because I reviewed another film, like a Western film I know recently, that was done by the same director, and it was so good. It was just a really good one. But that company gave me a bit of hassle, so I don't talk about that too much.
There we go. I sort of like John Wayne though, honestly.
Like, like John Wayne is like comfort for me. Like when it comes to a lot of this
it's
stuff.
Kind of like the same reason why I really like Gone with the Wind, but I don't like really talk about it anymore. It's like
Gone with the Wind's the best. I mean, like
I love Gone with the Wind though. Like it's like my third favorite movie of all time. It's just
me too. I mean, I like Gone. Like not my not that far for me, but I do like it.
There for me. I just love Clark Gable. I love Vivian Lee. I just, like in the performance specifically. I just love that movie so much.
But is it up above like those John Holmes films, detective films for you?
John Holmes.
He did the Johnny Rod. What's Johnny Rod, right? Detective films. Remember those?
No, I don't.
Oh yeah, they're bad. They're adult titles.
Yeah, see, I don't. Didn't John Holmes do like some criminal stuff and died doing it or something?
He did some criminal stuff, that's for sure. Did you ever see Wonderland? The film?
That's
based on him.
I know John Holmes from that.
If you bought like the 2-disc edition of Wonderland, it actually has a documentary on John Holmes. He had an unusual life, man. Fascinating though.
Like most porn stars, I'm sure they have a very unusual life.
Well, Jamie Gillis was one of my favorites. He was a dark character, but a fantastic actor, and it was so weird, like the fact that he was Henry Hathaway. Yeah, that's the one. Thank you, Wayne. I love Henry Hathaway actually. But
what are you picking? Are you picking up anything else besides the? Are you picking up the half year, right? Subscriber package.
It depends on like we're saying right now. The price thing is the thing, and I just paid rent today, so I didn't think rent was coming out till next week. So yeah. So that was a bit of a surprise, but it came out today. So I should have known by now actually, but you forget these things. But I'm very limited when it comes to the fun, so it's going to really depend on how much it is. I mean, like if it turns out if I turn it on, it's like 550 American or something like that. No, I can't get the package, the subscriber package. If it's within like the 350 to 420-ish range, I'll get the subscriber package, and if I have anything left over to get something with, I'll look at a VSA or two.
If it's 350, what else would you pick up or think about picking up?
VSAs first because I collect all the VSAs. But if I'm looking at like regular titles, then there's certain ones that I would look into. I wish Smile was on sale, but it isn't. It was a great like satire film, and that was done by Fun City Editions. I really love their stuff. I would say if out of the stuff that I don't have here, that I would look into, Hollywood Whorehouse. It's the last like acting role by Miriam Hopkins, and she's a classic Hollywood actress from back in the day, and for that reason, like that's one of the reasons I like to get that because she died before the film was completed and actually changed like the way the film is done, and actually that one's always fascinated me. That one for sure. And I'm trying to see if there's any here that I don't have.
Why do you
Because I
have?
got a
Can
lot of.
you go down?
Yeah, sure.
Go down a little bit. You have Forgotten Jolly Volume 2.
I got all the Forgotten Jollies. Like,
But what's the one on the very bottom? You have two of them.
oh, that probably just like I accidentally like did it twice.
So yeah, 69 or 699. Which
Oh,
one is it?
699,
Okay.
699.
Yeah.
But it'll still sell out, I think. That's everybody that's ever come on this like thing during when I've ever making one of these videos. One of the first things they say is, "I want Forgotten Jelly Volume 2 is the one I want to get,"
Why?
because it's a lot of people are waiting for the sale to get it.
This
And
guy here?
yeah, which it's a great one. Like it's the third one's the best one, like in my opinion. But that's a really good one.
Which one's the best
Yeah, I
film?
got that the Warlock, the $20 coupon. That's one thing I'm excited about.
Which one's the best film in this guy?
Which one do you like best?
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, you haven't?
No.
The most giallo one is probably My Dear Killer. French Sex Murders got the most like giallo stars in it. That's for sure.
Oh,
And the girl in Room 2A is very different, and I love that fact that it does like it's really strange and different, and it takes some.
look at this
It's
packaging. Look at this
I love their
packaging.
packaging's incredible.
So great.
Like it's cool, and it's not like you get some releases still, and you got the really thin like cases, and nowadays when there's companies coming out like Vinegar Syndrome and companies that are putting stuff out there like Arrow and like Screen Factory does it now too. Like those really thin cases are really
I just learned
they're
something.
so
This
less
is
here.
like this is part of the case. This little
Yeah,
extra part. That's crazy.
like even the bottom, just like the bottom, even the bottom's got it work on it.
So which one did you say was the best one?
For me, it depends. Like if you want something very really different, Girl in Room 2A. If you want one with a lot of different stars, with a lot of really good Giallo stars in it, French Sex Murders. The most Giallo-esque one is My Dear Killer.
So what's the very best? This one?
When I ranked them, I think I ranked Girl in Room 2A like least, but I regret doing that now. Because I initially I would put like Girl in Room 2A as top. My Dear Killer number 2 and French Sex Murders number 3. But I like all
Wow.
three of them.
So you ranked this last, then you had to change your heart. You ranked it first. Wow.
Yeah, because like the thing I rewatch these films, especially Giallos. We rewatch Giallos a lot. But that being said, every single one of those I actually really like. I've liked all the Giallo, like Forgotten Jelly ones.
Yeah.
One of the best still for me is Trauma in the first set because it's a Spanish one, but it's so different. Like Girl in Room 2A is, I think, is actually directed by an American director, so that's a very different thing.
Yeah.
But Trauma, the ending to that one, like I was talking about Trauma, like for a long time afterwards, and about the ending and what kind of how I interpreted it, and that's always a good thing when a movie gets me to think past like just the initial film.
Yeah.
But there we go, guys. I'm almost getting ready to wind up because I have to go get some lunch before I start my second. Oh my god. So guys, if I will be back here on if you're a Patreon subscriber, if you're a Crimson Cult member, Patreon subscriber, please send out the link and it should be in the Patreon post. Come in and check it out. It is definitely time for tea. This here was vanilla coffee, French vanilla coffee, by the way. Thank you, Logan, for coming on, man.
Thank
Because
you.
I know
for
you don't
having
get
me.
on here a lot anymore, and I do want to have you back on again if you wouldn't mind.
Should we try the Severance sale? Let's try
We can
it.
definitely decide. I was actually going to mention that. I was going to mention that off camera because I didn't know if you wanted to do it or not.
Let's try it. Let's try it.
All right, guys. So for a lot of you guys, I will see you in about an hour. Actually, in about 50 minutes. Well, so talk to you guys soon. If I don't see you guys until after the sale, have an amazing sale. Have a great night. Thank you guys for coming on. One last time because there we go.
There we go.
Okay. Thank you for coming on, Logan. Is there anything you want to pimp or say before we
Not
head
really.
out?
Nah, I'm good.
Have a great night, guys, and thank you, Logan, for coming on, man.
Yeah, thank you.